for certain. This has been an Odyssey I won't forget.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Podyssey, an Assassin's Creed podcast, with me, Willis Makes Movies, and my good friend, the Exile. How are you doing today, Mr. Exile?
Well, it'd be nice to say that I'm doing good, but to be honest, I'm pretty pissed off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
I'm pretty pissed off. Now,
Whoa.
It's not a you. It's not a you. Don't worry.
I was going to say, what have I done?
No. We'll get on to you later. No, I'm just joking. No, I'm pretty pissed off, right? Because basically, you know how it is. I've been transitioning between two apartments in these last few weeks.
Yes.
You know, I've been going from where I am now. It's been a bit of an overlap. So obviously, I've been at this place for almost a year now. Tenancy ends end of January, but. Well, do you know what? I gotta fill in. If I'm gonna say why I'm pissed off, I gotta give the context. And don't worry, I'm not gonna ramble for ages. But it'll be an interesting journey this little bit. So
Okay.
okay. So
Hit me.
I don't know if I told you this like offline. I don't know if I told you on message or not. I can't remember. So tell me if I did. But I don't think I did. So
Okay.
the reason we've moved to a new place is because again, obviously the tenancy for where I'm staying, where I've been living for a year, is ending, and then me and my girlfriend were saying, all right, let's we've been together for like almost close to 2 years now, or maybe just over a year and a half, and we've just decided let's move in together because it just made sense. We were kind of ready. I feel like we're both looking forward to that. We're kind of at that point where we're definitely ready for that. So we were like, fuck it, let's move in together. So that
nice.
So what we're going to do is, because this place is obviously, it's just a 1 bedroom, but it's got a double bed. So, for a while since Chloe's been in between, she used to live with one of her friends. Their tenancy for that ended. So not like officially and not every day, but she's been sort of staying at mine quite a lot over the last like month or two. Because obviously I told you like, oh, my girlfriend lives with me. Like, yeah, I guess she kind of does, but not like properly.
Oh, right. Got you. Not like a joint sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's more like, okay, well, what is she going to do? Where's she going to live? Oh, can I stay with you for a bit while we figure this out? And then we decided, why don't we just make it proper, make it official with that sort of thing. So my tenancy's ending. Yeah. So my tenancy, my tenancy's ending, and I get an email from the letting agents that I go through, that the landlord that I have goes through.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say that's a really weird thing to be pissed off at, but now you're starting to talk about the letting agency. I'm starting to get it now.
No. I'm happy about that. Like that's great. I'm happy about that. But it's what happens with the agent that has pissed me right off.
Got you.
And we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm just setting the scene,
Oh dear.
So they email me about probably just over a month back, just before Christmas, and they say, just to let you know, as the landlord believes that you have been a really good tenant through this year, no problems, this and that, he would love to offer you another year tenancy. And at first I was like, you know what, this is probably a good idea because it's a decent place. Oh, I wish.
Hey.
It's a decent like location. It's like right in,
Next to a
it's
pub?
like, well, I mean that's the worst part about it. Apart from being next to the pub and all the drunk people.
Yeah.
Location wise, it's really perfect in town because I can walk like. There's a little river like splitting up where I live in like the main bit of town. You just walk over a little bridge, you walk through a little tunnel under the train station, and you're in town in like 2 minutes. It's perfect.
Got ya.
So we were like, you know what? Let's just stay here for another year. If we find something better, we've got some time to do that. We can find somewhere better for next year. So we accept it, and I say, would the landlord be open to my partner moving in with me? And she goes, yeah, that should be fine. I'll let the landlord know, and we'll get the sort of forms going. So, Chloe, me and Chloe are filling out the contracts and everything for that.
Oh,
and
nice.
Obviously, at the end of every year, every landlord will usually increase the rent by a little bit. It's just the way it goes. So
Yeah.
originally, I pay at the moment. Well, I was paying $8.50 a month in rent.
Whoa. Okay.
Well, I mean yeah. In most places that's expensive, but like in Bath where I live, like everything's so expensive. That's actually on the cheaper end.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
So I was like that. Yeah, that's a good deal. And so basically, he increased it by 50 pounds. Or
All right. Okay.
in dollars, something similar. So to 900, and I thought, you know what, he could have increased it a lot more.
Yeah.
And he didn't. And I thought, fair enough. And I said, that's not too bad. I accepted that. Anyway. So then I mentioned the girlfriend moving in. He confirms that's all good. We start filling out the forms. I get another email.
I think I know what's coming here.
Yeah. Due to the current situation in the market right now, and the fact that your partner will be moving in light of this situation, the landlord has proposed an increase to 1,100. I'm like,
Ooh.
fuck off, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, I get, like, there's one thing increasing it first off from 850 to that, like that's the choice of the landlord, then I can choose whether I want to stay or want to go. But the thing is, he's already offered me 900, and just because there's an extra person moving in that doesn't change actually anything, he's increased it to 1.1k. He's being a greedy piece of shit, basically. So I'm pissed off because I'm like, well, no. And also, there's other reasons that it's pissed me off, because firstly, the landlord, all the issues I've had in this apartment, which has been a lot, the landlord's never fixed. When I moved in, there was no locks on the windows. I had to put my own locks on the windows. Whoa. And when I asked them to put locks on, they said, oh, don't worry, Bath's a safe city. You don't say that. You fix the fucking windows.
Yeah. That's not an excuse.
It's so weird. Yeah, like that's more on the letting agent side of things, which they've also been absolutely shit, which leads into why I'm pissed off today. It's just been terrible situation. The landlord said he was gonna. When I moved in, the bathroom was disgusting, like moldy as hell, awful. And he said, "Oh, in the next 2 weeks, we're gonna do up the bathroom." And I said, "Oh, perfect. You're gonna have a nice modern bathroom. That's great for the price I'm paying." Then he never does it. It's never happened. I've had to clean up that bathroom so many times, and it's tolerable now, but it's not good. So. The shower turns off after 10 minutes every day. It's awful. Terrible facilities, great location, nice little apartment, but it's not worth the rental raise to 1,100. It's insane. So I pushed back on it and I said, no, we wouldn't be happy with that. Firstly, I listed everything wrong with the place and how it's never fixed. Everything in order, everything. And then I said also, we don't understand why, when it was already confirmed that it would be 900, why one extra person that doesn't change anything would then raise it to 1,100. In the end, we started thinking, fuck it, let's find somewhere better. We started looking on the market. There's way bigger, way nicer places for like 950, 975, way, a decent amount less.
Oh, I can imagine.
Than, what the land's trying to raise it to. So we go on a whim and just view this place on my birthday, because that was just the day it was.
Yeah.
I was feeling a bit that got me back in a good mood because I'd been cancelled that day and all that.
Is that when that was?
the classic.
Oh, that's rotten. That is a rotten
look. But so we did the viewing. We thought, great. The landlord was really. We did the viewing with the landlord. He's a really nice guy, really accommodating. The place was modern. He'd just done it all up. It was furnished, perfect. 975, and we thought, let's just put in an offer.
Yeah.
So we put, let's just say we'd like to go for it. So we'd say we'd like to go for it. He ends up giving it to us like in a few days, under the agreement that we move in ASAP. So we move in on the 6th of January. That's when we get the keys. We don't actually move in that day because obviously, again, we've been back and forth this month, moving things. Yeah. We've been sleeping at the new place, having dinner at the new place and everything. But like, we'll come back here if we're this side of town in the day.
For the Podyssey.
Like, again, the Podyssey, here I am in the
This is where duty calls.
Exactly, duty called. I had to get here. Anyway.
Back to the workplace.
Yeah. So that's fine, like we found a much better place. In the end, it kind of worked out,
Yeah.
They tried to screw me over, but in the end they got screwed over because now they've got to do up the place, put it back on the market. It's a lot of hassle for them. I'm happy, got a really much bigger, much nicer place for, It's still expensive, but it's a lot less than what they were trying to raise it to here.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
you'd be wondering.
Yeah, this
why
sounds like
am
a
I
great
so
week.
Pissed off? Yeah, why am I so pissed off? Well, it's my fucking letting agents with the place I'm at, right? You know, the place I'm moving out of.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
All year, they have been the worst. The absolute worst. They are useless. Really, really bad. You know, you ask, they say about a problem. They say, oh, you know, it's okay because of this. I'm saying, no, it's not okay because of whatever. Like, I have this problem that needs to be fixed. I don't usually ever complain. You know, I am a good tenant. But, like, if there's an issue, there's an issue. You have to get it sorted. And they're just terrible. Again, I sent them the receipt for the locks I replaced at the beginning of the year because obviously they said they reimburse me because it's, you know, not my thing to deal with.
Yeah, of course.
They take like 7 months to reimburse me £20. It's just like, I could go on. I won't go on, but I could.
Quid?
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane.
Oh my god.
Anyway, they're terrible. And do you know what happens today? Legally, to do a viewing on a property, if there's somebody currently residing in said property, under, I looked this up, I can't remember the name of it now, but I've got it written down, under some sort of Tenancy Act 1985, one of those things, you cannot do a viewing or enter the property that someone's in unless you give them 24 hours notice at least, and you get consent. So, the absolute negligence of this rental agency, right? I'm in the new flat, and I come back to this place with my girlfriend because we're that side of town, and I needed to do some editing because obviously I got my computer here and everything. We come in, we look around, and we're like, that door's, we never move that door. That door's open. We never touch that door. The bathroom door's shut, but usually we leave it open because it airs the room out a bit more. Why is that shut? And then we think, has someone been in here? Someone's been in here. So this is like Saturday. So I email the agents. They don't reply till today, of course, which is why I'm pissed off today. Turns out they did viewings without telling me. The house is absolutely trashed because we're moving so much. It's a mess. We had money, like notes lying around, lying around.
Oh shit.
My whole, you know, my laptop's here. Like, I've got lots of valuable stuff here that I would have moved out before viewings. So we were both rightfully really pissed off because that is not acceptable. And they replied saying, "Oh, we're really sorry. Yeah. That one of the people at the agents have said that what was it? They were like, they thought that you'd already moved out. Well, I'm like, well, no. What you do is you don't think. you look at the contracts when it expires, Yeah, you look at when the tenancy ends, you reference that with what you think, and then you see if you're right or wrong, and then you do viewings accordingly. You don't just assume. So yeah, we've just been really pissed off today because it's just, you know, it's an invasion of like it's not comfortable. Like
there could be someone about to walk in right now.
Exactly.
It's
We could have been we could have been doing anything. Do you know what I mean? Like they would have just walked
recording
in.
the Podyssey.
I mean, yeah, exactly. We could have been doing literally anything, and they would have just walked in on that, and it's outrageous. And I just wonder what those people doing the viewing, you know, those people looking for the property must have thought, because this place is trashed right now.
Yeah,
like I'm looking around. There's bin bags everywhere. There's wrappers around. Like, it's not good. Again, it's because we've not been cleaning and stuff. We've just been moving stuff out. So yeah. That just pissed me off. Had to get it off my chest. Thought the Podyssey was the best place to do it. Anyway, yeah, God.
Whew, that's wow. You should, you know, have you seen the scene in Trainspotting where they try and do some house viewings and they just hide in the cupboard and start like jumping out at people?
I think I watched it years ago. I think I remember that.
Yeah,
vaguely.
You should just do that. If anybody approaches unannounced, just hide in a cupboard and jump out at them.
Yeah.
Just mess
I'll
them
jump
about.
out of them with like a baseball bat or something.
Yeah. I mean, what the hell? You can't do that. You just can't do that.
It's one of those moments where it's literally like to the agents, like you had one job. And you fucked it up.
I mean, is that not a bit on the landlord as well for like rushing so quickly to get somebody in? He hasn't even waited until he's gone.
he's obviously within his rights to do viewings.
Yeah.
I mean, if I don't give consent because I'm still in the property, they cannot do them. But he's within his rights to put it back on the market, take offers and stuff.
Yeah, I suppose
but
it's still a bit like uncomfortable, I guess, because there could be a case where somebody walks in now while you're moving.
Exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. It's just the whole situation with this agency has just been terrible from start to finish. And you know, they said they gave a really heartfelt apology to me and all this because they knew it was out of order, and they said it was a human error and stuff. And I'm thinking it is a human error. And I wouldn't be so annoyed if it was a one-off and they've been brilliant through the year. But the fact is, it's been human error after human error all through the year, and this is just like the cherry on top of just shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, at least you've seen the back of them now. Hopefully, what more can they do before you go? But at least if these new people are nice, then that's good. That is a good fresh start. Get away from these people.
Exactly. Yeah, like the new landlord. He seems like a pretty genuine, nice dude.
Yeah.
He's not overcharging us for rent. It's fully furnished. He told us if there's anything we we want, he'll get it for us. Like that's nice, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, time will tell, but I can't imagine we'd have much problems with him. He seems like a decent guy.
Oh,
so.
well, don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. It's time yet.
well, we'll see.
Let's not come back next week and hear something else has happened.
Yeah. He's threatened to kill me.
He's hiding in the cupboard.
Yeah. He's been recording us.
Oh God. Check for what is it? The two-way mirror. If you can put your finger, if you can like touch your finger in the middle on a mirror. Then it's double-sided or something, or one-sided or something. There's like a camera behind. I don't know.
Wait. Oh God.
There's something you're meant to do when you go to a hotel room. If you can touch your own finger, it means that it's like a thin wall or something like that. I don't know.
What do you mean, touch your own finger?
You know, like if you pointed at yourself in the mirror.
Oh, and you'll be able to actually see a bit of a gap between.
If there is
finger.
I'm doing it on screen right now. If there's like a little gap in between your fingers touching, like if they're not touching when you point at a mirror, then it means there's like, it's either like two-way glass or something, so they could have like a room or something hidden behind, or like they're able to look through your mirror.
Well, luckily.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like a conspiracy theory that people.
I know what you mean. Luckily for me, though, all of the mirrors are just hung on the wall, and you can just lift them up and just look to see. So.
Yeah, well, that also works.
Yeah. I'll be putting my finger on one hung up for hours trying to figure it out.
It's like a portal.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was kind of been what's going on with me at the moment. While I was a bit pissed, but end of the day, I suppose it's content for the Podyssey, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
that's
got to look at it like that.
It's funny when you were saying about the price of rent and stuff. The closest I can compare is when I was getting my car insurance last year.
Yeah.
So my insurance comes out in like September, and I was panicking because I've been with I don't mind calling them out actually. Swift Cover. I've been with Swift Cover for about 3 years now, and my car is like a 2006 Polo. It's not an old. Well, it's an old car. You know, it's not a new car. The cost of the insurance was getting crazy. It was like £1,200. Yeah.
Yeah.
They quoted me £1,200 this last year, and I just thought, like, I actually did pay that the year before, but I was like, I've got time, I'm gonna find something else. I did one Google search on comparethemarket.com, and I got one for like 400 quid.
Oh my God! Yeah, they're ripping you off.
I got 800 quid off. And it's crazy. Like I prepare myself every year, like to save up money for it, and I could not believe it. Literally, the first place I check.
Yeah, that's the thing. People some places will just rip you off if they can get away with it. That's
and I've got like 5 years no claims benefits. Like I've never had any incidents or anything, so it should I should be getting a much bigger discount than that. So don't go with Swift Cover. Anybody.
Oh,
I'm calling you
endorsement
out.
Gone.
I'm not getting sponsored by them anytime soon.
Definitely not. But damn, that's crazy. Yeah, that's insane, really, isn't it? Like that they will just take pun intended, I suppose, take you for a ride.
Yeah. Or not if I couldn't afford the insurance.
Well, yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny actually. There was a funny story on why I ended up with them. So when I first got my car, which was about 5 years ago now, I had a black box, and I hated the black box, but I did pass the first year because it had like a little ticker thing. So when you put the black box in, you had an app, and every time you check the app, it tells you if you're like in the green or in the red, depending on how you've done during that drive. And I was in the green all year for the first year. The second I go into the second year, I'm in the reds immediately. And I'm like, I'm doing nothing wrong here. And I think it was to get me to like pay more or something. But I ended up, I was in York. So I'd done like an hour and a half car trip down to York. And I got like an email off them saying, oh, you've overstepped the limit and we're cancelling your policy right now.
What?
And I was like, I'm an hour and a half away from home, uninsured.
Oh,
so I had to really quickly, I was on my phone, I didn't have like a laptop or a computer or anything. I'm on my phone quickly trying to scramble to find some insurance, and that's where I ended up finding Swift cover. So not a great choice, but it was literally the only one that would insure me for where I was.
Yeah, that's the thing. In a moment like that, it's just, you've got to do what you've got to do, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I was only down there for the weekend, so I had like maybe a day to get this sorted. It was dreadful, but yeah, it put me in a bad situation because I was stuck with Swift cover for like 3 years. And be careful when you get your car insurance. That's the moral.
Yeah, and be careful where you rent.
yeah. God, just be careful in general. Check everything.
Yeah. Exactly. Do you know, it's funny that you say like you went down to York, because when I think of places like York, like that is so far up for me. That is like miles north. I'm thinking that reminds me how far north you are.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I have been to Somerset, which is I think close to where you are.
I'm in Somerset. Yeah, that's where Bath.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm actually going down to Somerset.
Somerset.
I'm going down to Somerset at the end of February. So,
how are you? What are you going down for?
It's my girlfriend's nana's birthday. There you go.
How long are you down for?
Oh god, I think like 4 days.
Oh well, bro. I mean, I'm sure you'll be busy, but if you're about,
that would be phenomenal. Can you imagine?
Yeah, the Podyssey IRL, bro.
We could do a live episode.
Yeah. No,
I was actually thinking about that. Aside from that, like, we should do a live episode where we've got like a chat.
Oh, to be fair, that would
be
decent. Yeah,
I think that'd be quite interesting.
Yeah, as long as we prep for it and stuff. I don't know how that would work, like with both our like mics and our cameras together and stuff.
I think we might just have to. I know Discord has a streaming button, so maybe we could look into that. But anyway, that was just a separate like thought I'd had.
Yeah, no, I'd be down to do something like that. I think as long as we figure out how it's going to work, we prep for it, then I'm definitely down.
Yeah.
But yeah, like obviously, I'm sure you'd probably be busy, but if you do find yourself with a bit of free time when you're down here, like I'd definitely be down to like hang out or something.
That would be cool. We should, yeah. I'll see what's happening around that time.
Yeah. Because I mean, I don't know how big Somerset really is. You might be quite far away. I mean, Somerset's not that big. It's not that big, Somerset. I don't think you'd be within 20, 30 minutes.
I'm trying to think where it actually is. The places.
I guess you don't want to say the exact place on.
No.
Well, I guess you could blur it out.
Well, it's not like, I know there is a beach, a very big beach, which is like a 20-minute drive out from where we would be.
Is it like, it's not like Western-super-Mare or something, is it?
Oh, I don't know what it's called at all. I just know that it's got like amusements. It's like by the sea. There's
this a beach that is near Bristol sort of, and it's called Western-super-Mare. And it's not like a beautiful Devon sort of place, but it is like a little beach. I wonder if it could be that. Is it near Bristol?
It's got to be on that side, hasn't it?
Yeah. Because otherwise, the next beach. I don't think there's any more beaches around. There might be like one that is more generic, sort of. There's not much going on, but I'm not sure.
I'll tell you what. I will try and find like a picture and send you it.
I'll know.
Outside of yeah.
Yeah. I'll know if it is, but
Because we've been there a couple of times for like the amusements and stuff.
is it? You go onto the pier and there's like an arcade on the pier,
Yeah, I think.
and it's called the Grand Pier.
Oh, I think so. That is ringing a bell.
Ooh, and it's there's donkeys on the beach.
Yeah.
It's got to be. It's got to be.
This just
Western
sounds like Somerset
season.
in general.
Yeah, true. Is it like there's like a little like rundown town there, and there's not really that much going on, but there's like the beach part is the nicest part.
Good question. I'll have to do more research and obviously not dox our locations on the Podyssey, but
That's
yeah,
a good point. Yeah.
We'll do the research. We'll do the research and find out.
Yeah. Let me know.
Well, I suppose we've been talking for about 25 minutes. We should probably get on to
Yeah.
the topic.
We've got a lot to say. I would assume.
I think so. You know, it's funny. I've literally just got a comment on my video about the delay, which is worth reading out.
Oh, go on then.
So yeah, let me kick it off. Well, first of all, Assassin's Creed Shadows got delayed last week at the time of recording this, and it's only been delayed by a month. But we both put out videos responding to this news. No funeral suits. Just a little disclaimer there.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go through the reception to our videos first before our actual views on it.
Okay.
Because I've had like quite mixed comments, and it's not really. It's different. I feel like the comments have been different to what I usually get.
Yeah.
But saying that, this comment says, March 20th, 2025 will be exactly 30 years after the sarin gas attack in Japan. Oh dear.
Oh.
Are you secretly being given free yacht trips or something?
Wait. Oh, what? Read it again.
Okay. So I gather that on March 20th, 1995, there must have been some sort of gas attack in Japan, which this marks the anniversary of.
Which date marks it?
March 20th.
Is that when Shadows comes out?
Yes.
Right. A conspiracy then.
Yeah, the conspiracy is that it's a date that's really bad for Japan. And
Right, okay,
also,
alright.
the bigger conspiracy, like more important than that, is that Ubisoft are paying me with yacht trips.
Oh, I wish.
I mean, that would be
Okay.
incredible. That's less likely than Ubisoft marking the date specifically for that.
Yeah.
I am going to Google this, though. I feel like I need some
yeah.
reference for this.
We need to
Sarin-
verify. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you noticed that we get comments all the time saying that we're not, like, researching properly?
Yeah. What, on the podcast?
Yeah, I've seen it on Discord a couple of times as well.
Yeah, well, end of the day, mate, we're just hanging out, really, aren't you? Like, I don't think we claim this to be, like, the
just
most deep research thing you've ever seen. Like, we're just having a chill conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
shit, it was
like
the
get off our
20th of
backs.
March.
So it was. I saw it was a
It
thing.
actually was, yeah. This person is absolutely correct. There was an attack in a subway train. It looks like some sort of gas was released on a train and killed 14 people.
So that's obviously a really, sad thing.
Yeah, that's really quite unfortunate.
It sucks that shit like that, still happens. It shouldn't, we should be living in a world where, that stuff is a thing of the past, but unfortunately, that stuff still happens. That being said, though, I really think if you're gonna say, take the conspiracy so far to say that, Ubisoft are releasing it on that day because of that, are you not just taking away from, like, the actual problems that day has caused? Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, you make a
they're
good
just
point.
releasing a game on a date, like, bro, just, like, take the tinfoil hat off. You don't just if you wanna be respectful and not play any games that day, then that's really fair enough.
Yeah.
You know, take that moment of silence that you need. But I don't.
But there is a lot of.
You shouldn't be allowed to not release anything that day. I don't think. Unless I don't know. That's what I think. I don't think it's a conspiracy that Ubisoft are deliberately trying to disrespect the culture. Unless maybe I'm missing something, and maybe culturally Japan don't do anything that day, and that's a thing. Because if then there's more of a conversation to be had. That but I don't know. What do you think?
I think that Ubisoft have made a lot of mistakes with the things tying to this game. I think this game is cursed. I genuinely just think this game is cursed. Every decision they make is just really culturally insensitive. Not every decision, you know what I mean, though. Like, the ones that get controversy are obviously, they're all quite justified. Again, I do think maybe if they'd done a little bit of research and found out this was an anniversary of a tragedy, I mean, that is actually really quite bad. That is really bad. Oh dear. I need to Google if there is some sort of what would you say, like commemorative holiday or something? I don't want to say holiday.
I think, can I just update my thoughts actually? Thinking as I'm reflecting in real time. Yeah, I agree. I think that's like Ubisoft, bro. Like,
I don't think it's intentional. But I do think it's a mistake. They should not have done this.
That's the thing. It's like, what are you doing? Like, you've done this before with the whole statue thing. Again, you didn't mean anything by it, but you keep doing it. So they need to do more research into this stuff. Now, I just want to update my thoughts. I was saying, like, oh, get over it, bro. That might come across as a bit insensitive, I suppose. So I just want to say, like, again, obviously that's like a really tragic thing. And I think maybe that guy is onto something in the way of, like, yeah, maybe you should just steer clear from that day because, again, maybe it is the more respectful thing to do, and I think that's sort of understandable.
Yeah, I get what you were saying, though. It is just a day. That's fair enough.
And maybe we're missing something culturally where, like, you just don't do stuff on that day, and if that's the case, then yeah, fair enough. I apologize, but I don't know. Yeah, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, I don't think there's any, like, I mean, someone please correct me if I'm wrong here. I don't think there is any sort of commemorative day, but I will say that just from Googling it, there is articles every single year up until, like, last year. Like, there are people talking about this constantly. This is a massively discussed topic.
Yeah.
Crikey.
Yeah, so Ubisoft should have definitely...
this is not something they could have avoided. Yeah.
Maybe they could have just released it on the 19th or the 21st, just to avoid that.
Yeah, it's so weird that they delayed it by, like, a month and 6 days.
Yeah.
Why not delay it by a month? Why the extra 6 days?
I don't know. Why do Ubisoft do anything that they do?
Yeah, well, I suppose we should crack that open then.
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, actually, so just quickly, would you say that your comments were, I don't know, I don't want to say the word fair, but, like, are they what you expected?
Well, as you asked me this, I'm looking through my comments just for a little bit of a... Oh, I got the same comment. They delayed the 30th anniversary of the Tokyo subway sarin attack.
Oh, they've worded it differently to how this is
by someone of the username that begins with HUY.
Oh no, this is a different one then.
So this is obviously a talking point.
Yeah, a separate person's pointed it out.
They said, sorry, I worded it terribly firstly, so I'll say it again. They delay to the 30th anniversary of the Tokyo subway attack. So yeah, obviously people are talking about this. Now, obviously, I do wonder if there's going to be a lot of the grifter YouTube channels out there that are going to pounce on this and use it as a way to say that Ubisoft
oh, absolutely.
Do it.
Blackwoods is already on it.
Oh, of course. Of course. Yeah, and I mean, I came across, I forgot, I didn't look at his name, so I don't know who he is, but I came across this video the other day.
Ooh.
The guy spelt shadows wrong in the title, and he
Oh,
was
nice.
like being racist, he was being like just a piece of shit. It's one of those like insane, and I was reading the comments, and everyone was like, yeah, man, da 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 da, and I thought...
That's the scary part, when the
Jeez.
comments agree with them.
Yeah, there is like a
Really
genuine
weird.
audience for like just absolute, like wild, like
Yeah.
horrible, horrific like takes. It's weird. But sorry, reading my comments though, just to see if it is what I thought like or not. Because when it came out, I didn't really read the comments on this one because I don't really remember. I think I read it as I initially released the video, but then I kind of moved on a little bit because I've just been doing a lot of other stuff. But reading it now, we've got things like, oh, this is going to conflict with Xenoblade Chronicles. Which one
I mean,
should
I suppose
play?
that,
You know,
yeah.
we've got. I think what I found is there's a lot of people that will say this is good because it gives them more time to polish. As well as that, it's good. It's actually better for Ubisoft and the sales because it's not going to go head to head with other games releasing that month. Like I believe Avowed's coming soon, which is going to be a big game.
Yeah.
You've got,
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
yeah,
That's a big one.
another massive game. Exactly. So it's like, yeah, I get it. That is something that I did not mention in my video, which I wish I did because that's a very valid point. Like, if you're going to look at the positives are, yeah, it's not going to go head to head with a lot of these other AAA titles.
Yeah.
So we've got comments saying that. We've also got people saying like no in all caps and I can't believe this. So it's a bit of a balance, to be honest.
Yeah.
What would you say about your own comments?
I mean, I got the very what's the word? Intense comments. Let's put it that way. Somebody said, hopefully they remove the black guy.
Oh yeah.
That was an interesting one. And to be fair, my comments did jump at the guy and call him a racist, so that's nice.
Oh, that's good.
Somebody called me, what did they say? Oh, somebody said, hopefully they permanently delay it. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? Anyway, the point I was going to say, though, is, like, I think universally, everybody was kind of, like, happy about this.
Oh, okay.
Or, like I was surprised because I made the video, and, like, when I first heard the news, I didn't panic. Because, as usual, Ubisoft like to release news just as I finish work, so I have to sit in the car and mew over the whole thing until I get home. But I found myself, like, reading the article as I came out of work, and I just sat in the car and I was like, thank God they've done this. Thank God, like, yes.
Wow. That is a stark contrast to your original delay video.
I know.
Bro, I was watching your original video, and the amount of...
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
no offense to you, I get it, but the amount of times I kept pausing it and going, what do you mean, bro? Because of this, because of that. Like, I was speaking to you. Like, you know what I mean? I had a proper, like, my internal dialogue became external.
I think
I get it, though.
Yeah, it aged terribly. Because I just wanted to make a shouty video because I thought everybody would, like, be in favour of that. I thought everybody's going to hate this.
Did you get a lot of hate?
Probably. I don't think I really paid much attention to that because I thought this is funny. I'm doing it for like a funny thing. And I think I did release a video like the day after that was like a serious one, being like, okay, now I'm going to actually talk about it.
See, here's the thing. Although when I watched it, I thought, oh, I don't know if this is, like, again, with all due respect, I don't know if this is it.
Yeah.
Like, just at the same time, it was like, oh, this is like my favorite video from you so far. Like, I was having a great time even though I didn't agree, I was having a great time watching. I won't lie.
Yeah.
But sorry.
It can get a bit unhinged, I guess, at times.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's probably, the most unhinged I've been on that channel anyway.
There's always time. There's always time.
Oh, there will be. There will be.
Yeah.
I used to just hide moments like that, like an hour into other, character studies. There'll be like a moment where I'm unhinged for like a minute and then it goes back to normal.
Yeah.
So that was just straight up. But I mean, I did rewatch that video as well. And I just found myself going like, oh, this is shit. This is really, really bad. Like, I'm not making any good points. In hindsight, it's even worse because, like, I don't agree with what I'm saying, really. But it was very
That's how you
entertaining.
learn, though. Yeah.
Yeah, so I felt a need to, like, address that at the beginning of this one because I was, like, thinking people are going to see Assassin's Creed Shadows delayed again and expect, like, the same video. I was like, no. Because it is actually totally different, and that's sort of what I wanted to talk about, is, like, I think this delay is good, and the first one wasn't. I do still believe that the first delay was, like, a really bad sign, considering it came after all this controversial stuff. But this one, I'm like, I think everybody's kind of mellowed out and been like, let's just get a good game at the end of this. No matter how long we have to wait, let's just get a good game. And that's sort of where I am now. Like, for me, the hype is kind of like, it's simmering. Like, I'm not bothered if it gets delayed again at this point. I'm just waiting for it to... I'm, like, patient right now. Because there's no advertising. It's not like there's anything to get hyped about yet. If you know what I mean. Like, I know there kind of is, but not like... It's not like they let us down when we were really excited.
I get
So I
it.
guess
It's not like they were doing the marketing we wanted them to do. It's not like they were releasing TV spots. We had the billboards, you know, etc., etc.
And now I'm happy because I feel like they can. They can do that now. There's time.
To delay it again,
But yeah, I mean, I was kind of expecting something at the weekend, not gonna lie. I thought they were gonna, like, try and win back favour by releasing something. We are still radio silent on marketing, so I'm, like, confused when this is meant to, like, kick off. It could be the end of the month at this point. I don't know. We're, like, nearly halfway through the month. But I still expect, like, just because it's been delayed doesn't mean, alright, the marketing doesn't have to start yet. No, the marketing should have started in the new year. We are horrendously behind schedule. I was looking at my playlist, every video I've made about Assassin's Creed Shadows, and since the delay, I've only made videos about the articles. There's been nothing else. Which is crazy for, like, 3 to 4 months. There's only been 3 10-minute articles released. Anyway, I'm done ranting.
Yeah, I mean, like, from my point of view, I think, you know, there are elements that I agree with the general consensus that, you know, this is a good thing. You know, you give a game more time, that game is, in theory, going to be more polished, more refined, and it's going to be a better, you know, user experience. Like, that of course, that's a good thing. But I'm just starting to become very skeptical with the whole thing, you know, from the start. Well, not from the start with the CGI, but from when we started to get weird ways of promotion, not enough promotion, the first delay, and now the second delay. Like, and also with the added layer of knowledge that, you know, Ubisoft are potentially looking to be bought out. They are, you know, down in sales, down in investments. Like, there's just something in the back of my mind that just doesn't sit right with me. I feel some sort of skepticism about this game at this point. Like,
Yeah.
it just, you know, I think, again, in theory, a delay is a good thing for a better product, as I said. But also, again, with the added context that I'm thinking about, it's not also, to me, it's not a good sign, because it makes me think that there's a lack of faith or confidence in their game. So again, I'm in very much, I guess, like, two minds with it. You know, one hand it could be a good thing, one hand it could be a bad thing, and that's kind of what I voiced in my video, albeit in a bit of an unhinged way as well.
Yeah.
To start with,
I didn't think it was, like, a controversial video though, because I think your points were very valid.
I just tried to play into it for the beginning, really.
Yeah. I think you were very fair, and the Hidden One as well. His video was very fair on it. I thought he did a good job of, like, staying calm.
What was his reaction? Because I haven't actually watched his video on it.
Oh. No, he was in favour of it as well. Like, he said, you know, this is what it needs, you know, to be better. He was, like, surprised that it was delayed, and I've heard that from a few of the bigger YouTubers as well. I think there was, like, oh, what? It's been delayed again. Like, even the people on the inside didn't know this was going to happen. I do think this was, like, a bit of a late announcement, or like they didn't, let people know, especially not like YouTubers, which they didn't have to.
That being said, though, do you remember you sent me a screenshot of that? I think that it's like that. What do you call it? Assassin's Creed like fan account, Ubisoft, I think it's called.
Oh yes, yeah.
So that person knew something, surely, because I remember you sent me a screenshot, and I guess if you still got the screenshot, chuck it up on screen.
Yeah,
just for the context. But it said like it was the day before delay. It said there will be a revelation tomorrow or something that, right? And so obviously they must have known something. Obviously they worded it in a way that you think something good was going to come, but so like that makes me think like, well, some people knew, did they? Fucking Blackwoods probably knew.
Oh yeah. They probably...
I'm not gonna go on about him again. The joke was there. I had to make it.
They sent him the collector's edition already. He's actually already finished the game.
Yeah. He's yeah.
I mean, that said, we still haven't had pre-orders. We still haven't. We can't even buy the game.
No, you can pre-order it now, right?
Can you?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they made.
When did that happen?
Wait, I swear, I'm gonna go on Steam because
I'm going on Steam as well. I'm rushing to Steam.
I have no idea. I reset my PC the other day and now I've got to download Steam again.
Oh, I've got an update to do, but it shouldn't take long.
We'll figure it out.
I saw the. Did you see the leaks about the DLC? Did you happen to spy any of that on the Seven Seas?
Have I been missing stuff? Like, when was this?
Maybe.
Oh no, I know. I think you told me, didn't you? You messaged me.
Yeah, I think I gave you some of the details on it, yeah.
Yeah, because you messaged me and I was mid-conversation with someone while I was replying to you and I just went, it's not supposed or something, and it sounded like I was being really rude to you. And I was like, oh shit, because I was still typing and then I stopped and then I thought,
oh yeah, I remember now.
You replied while I was mid-typing and it looked like I was having a go at you, I thought, but I wasn't.
I didn't even click onto that, I'll be honest. I did not even click onto that.
Oh, okay. I was probably just looking into it too much. But yeah, so what was this leaked DLC? Am I right in thinking it's the first expansion that they said will be coming? Didn't they say it will be coming free to people that pre-order the game? Were they not?
That's correct.
But like, I remember I think it was a tweet from the Hidden One, actually. I think I saw him saying that he didn't think they were being clear enough whether this comes to people who pre-order or this comes to all players.
So they had said that it comes to players who pre-order, but the way they worded it was like they spent an entire description saying, oh, this is free for all players, and then right at the end it kind of like just says, for those who pre-order. So it was a little bit like hidden away. But to be fair, it does say, it is pre-order only. I didn't know that it was pre-orders only. I thought everybody was getting it as like an apology for the delay. Like a Dead Kings scenario. So,
oh, yeah.
I mean, that was hilarious back then. But yeah, so I thought it was a Dead Kings scenario. But yeah, so it is only people who pre-order the game get the first expansion for free. If not, people are speculating it's going to be between $20 and $30 to buy on its own. So it's going to be like a pretty big expansion. I think we've got the name of it, but I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. And it's set on an island off the coast of Japan, which is in the collector's edition of the game. The map that you get with it has the DLC island on it as well, which is how people have managed to find out what it is.
I'm going to look up the name of it.
Yeah, apparently it's
so we
adding
can't
like
get comments saying that we're not researching.
Oh, yeah, of course. So I can add Assassin's Creed Shadows to my wish list on Steam, but I can't pre-order.
Oh, okay, my bad.
But they have updated the release date, so that's nice.
Right, okay, that must have been what it was.
Wow, it actually says all of the Ubisoft studios that are working on it. Oh, Ubisoft Sophia are helping.
Yeah, to be fair, Ubisoft Sophia have helped with a lot of AC games.
Even Bordeaux is on here. It's literally got all of them.
Yeah. Just to give the name of the DLC, it's called The Claws of Awaji. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's Awaji. Awaji. Wow. I don't know. Awaji. Something like that.
Well, that sounds maybe a little bit mythological to me.
Ooh, well, yeah. I mean, it might just be a genuine island in Japan.
Yeah, it's the
It could
claws
be.
part
Should we look
that's
it
got
up?
me. Yeah.
Ah. Well, it could be. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah,
But
apparently they're
it
adding
was-
a bow staff as a weapon, which
Oh,
sounds cool.
what? Oh, Awaji is an island. Awaji Island, island in Japan.
Oh, that's probably where
It's-
people have got the location from.
Yeah, it looks.
Because it is the location.
Yeah. Shall I give a little brief synopsis about the island? See
Oh,
if that
yeah,
helps?
go for it.
Awaji Island in Japan's Seto Island. Let's start that again.
Nice.
Awaji Island in Japan's Seto Inland Sea is known for traditional puppet theatre. The Awaji Ringyo Yoren Throop performs at Awaji Doilies. Oh, Jesus Christ. They
That went really
perform-
off the rails at the end.
Yeah, in Minawiyawaya City. I'm really sorry about these pronunciations, guys. I don't speak Japanese. Reconstructed hilltop Saruto Castle overlooks Osaka Bay. Further north, the Tadao Ando designed Awaji complex is a great hand. I don't know what the fuck I'm reading here. I'm so sorry. Anyway, that's it. They're famous for puppetry, puppet shows, and there's a castle that overlooks the Osaka Bay. That's its most standout landmark. So I'm sure we'll see that in the game if it was built at the time. So yeah.
Well, I'm going to predict right now that Naue and Yasuke are going to go to a puppet show, and it's going to be like a dream sequence where the puppets are how they get into the mythological side of things.
Oh
Because they're
my
actually just
God.
watching a puppet show the whole time.
Oh.
I'm
God.
calling it now. Calling it. It's going to happen.
Jeez. I think they
I'm
should
trying
have
to
left the mythological beasts in Origins, because I think it worked in Origins, and then that should have been it.
I think the snake was stupid.
I mean, I guess I need to replay it, but from what I remember, I thought
It was
pretty-
alright, yeah. It was pretty
it was
painless.
like his psyche, right? It was his...
Yeah, I think it's like in the
In
Animus
a-
or something, whatever that Animus
was-
version was.
Yeah, it was like an animus representation of his mind, was it
Yeah.
not? Which I guess it doesn't really make sense with the canon of the animus, but
I've
anyway,
actually
let's
still
get over
not played.
conversation.
I've still not played the Curse of the Pharaohs just because of the mythological stuff. It
Do you know
could be
what?
great for all I know, but
Do you know what, mate? I haven't either.
I bought the hidden ones
I need
though.
to.
Thought that was cracking.
Yeah. I have. Bro, everyone's gonna hate me right now. I haven't played any of the Origins DLCs.
Oh no way!
Yeah, one of those weird things I have
Wow.
done with gaming again.
I
One
mean-
of my weird takes.
The hidden ones DLC is basically like you might as well just watch the story because the rest of it is it's just Origins gameplay for like like random settlements and stuff. There's not really anything engaging. There's a fun Star Wars reference at the end.
Is that?
The guy says it's over, Bayek, I have the high ground.
No.
Yeah, that's a voice line he says while you're fighting the boss at the end.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that DLC is actually really good because it's about the tenets of the Creed being formed.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
like, it does have
I've
relevance.
got to play it. I've got to play it.
Yeah.
I'll do a replay of that game at some point.
Yeah, it won't scratch the itch, but it's alright. It's like if this was the first of maybe a 3-part DLC, then I would like it. But it does enough to because I feel like it doesn't really touch on all the tenets. It just gets like one of them out the way, and you're like, oh, okay, so next time we'll be going through the next. Oh no, that's it. Okay. I don't know what Curse of the
see.
Pharaohs is about. I think it's like just Bayek's grief or something.
Don't
Again.
you go to the field of reeds or something?
Yeah, so does like Bayek die?
Sea.
The duet.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. No,
the
he doesn't. die,
duet
does he? Of course
awaits.
he- Yeah. Oh man,
funny,
I need to replay that game. Yeah.
Yeah, I am currently playing it very slowly because of the level gating, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just
Did you
finished,
start playing it for the outfits video for the movie.
No, but I am going to try and get that done now that the delay's happened. That's my goal. I need to get it out
yeah.
before the delay.
Yeah,
I did finish God of War 2018.
Ah, how was it?
Really good, really good. I'm hesitant to start playing Ragnarok though, because I've heard like mixed things about that one.
Yeah,
But the first one was pretty spot on, fantastic.
I can't really say much because I've not played them. I played the intro of God of War 2018, but I haven't. I've not barely played it, so I can't say much. But I've also heard that what you're saying, like there was a little bit, like a lot of people loved Ragnarok, thought it was great continuation.
Yeah,
and a lot of people thought that it wasn't as sort of cleverly written and stuff as the first game. From what I've heard.
Yeah. I gather it's like the bigger, sloppier sort of sequel, like. Not as well written, but yeah. I've seen like I watched the opening cutscene with Thor, and I don't even think that's the opening cutscene, but I watched the whole like fight with Thor and stuff last night because I've heard that's like the best bit.
You spoiled it for yourself.
Yeah, well, it's like early on. It's like the first thing that happens.
Okay, all right,
I just wanted to like get into the mood of it and be like, do I want to play this? And I think I'm gonna wait a little bit, but. It did look good, and he makes some very funny like meta references, like because it's like the tutorial boss fight. He's like, Thor will say, "Oh, are you trying to remember your old moves?" Which I thought, that's pretty nice reference because obviously as the player you are relearning the moves.
Yeah, a little bit meta.
Yeah, so I thought that was neat, but I gather because there would be nothing like that in the first God of War. So I gather that this one's like a bit more tongue-in-cheek, so let's have some fun.
Yeah, that's fair. Are you planning to play anything else as well, or that's just your main sort of
I need
thing?
to play more of Marvel Rivals, because Season 1 started, so I want to get back to that.
Yeah. Do you play that alone, or do you
dead.
play it with friends?
Just on my own at the minute, because I've got it on PC.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know it's got crossplay, but everybody else that I'm friends with has... like last gen Xbox
One.
Yeah, me too, to be fair. I've got an Xbox One and my PC, but now I just use my Xbox for playing films and my PC
that's
for
what I do
else.
with my PS4. I have a PS4 that it's literally just a Netflix machine.
Yeah. What else have I got to play? I've got like Star Wars Bounty Hunter. I wanted to play a bit of that.
Classic. Yeah.
I'm playing through Assassin's Creed 2 on my live streams. I can plug that.
I've been jumping in every now and then for 5 or 10 minutes.
They've been unhinged.
Yeah.
They've been crackers.
I jumped in and
I did
the
find
pod.
it funny. Yeah. So you messaged me saying like, "Oh, I've finished editing." You popped in and said, "Hey guys, watch the Podyssey," and then left. And I was like, perfect. That's it.
Yeah.
It's funny because I was talking about it as well, because I was like, guys, the next episode of the Podyssey's done.
Oh.
It's done. And then you popped in and said the same thing.
Oh, no way.
So it was good. Bit of cross marketing there.
Yeah. I mean, I did watch for a bit longer, but I just didn't say anything.
Yeah, that's the thing. I never know. I wish you could see who, like, just a little profile pictures of everyone watching. That would be a cool, like, little update.
That would be cool.
Because I saw, like, like, on the stream before that, we had like Robertopoulos popped in, the hidden one popped in, and I was like, I wonder how long they actually listened to me just rambling on for.
Yeah,
I really barely talked about the game at all, like Assassin's Creed 2. I'm basically playing it in the background whilst whinging.
They need a section on YouTube live streams where like it shows a separate list of people who are watching you whilst on the toilet.
Oh, how would they know? I
don't know. It's AI or something.
AI. They just guess based on your regular toilet patterns, like them watching.
It's just one of those things. Like you got to bring a YouTube video with you, haven't you?
Yeah. Did you like the name of the stream?
It was. I remember it was Funny Unhinged, but I don't remember what it was.
It's playing an Assassin's Creed game that released in November.
Oh yeah, and it had the thumbnail was that kid, wasn't it?
Oh, that was the first one. The first stream.
Oh, did you change it?
Forget about AC Shadows. Let's play as Rizzio Mutatore.
Ah, yeah.
I got the Rizzler.
Yeah.
And then the one that I did 2 days ago was playing an Assassin's Creed game that was released in November, because the joke is that Shadows was not.
I get it. I got the joke. Yeah.
Yeah. And the thumbnail is Ezio writing to, oh God, what's it? Claudia. And he says,
Claudia.
and then Assassin's Creed Shadows got delayed again, Lamau.
Yeah.
So I like with my live streams, they're just going to be unhinged. I don't, because they're for like people who've already subscribed. I don't think many people get new subs off a live stream, so they don't have to please the YouTube algorithm.
Exactly. I think the only way you really like go in the algorithm for a live stream is if like it's like the production value is really good. There's no dead air. Like it's a proper thing. Then I think people share it around like a proper video. Like there's a few podcasts I watch that are genuine like proper shows and they're live.
Well, I guess a live podcast. Yeah, I can see that getting like new people.
But when you're just chilling, chatting shit, playing a game, like you've got to think, this is for the community, you know.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's for the subscribers, you know.
It's more relaxing that way though, in a way, isn't it? It's no stress, no pressure.
It's to suck more donations out of them. I'm kidding.
I'll tell you what though.
It is.
It is, yeah. No, I was just gonna say like. I don't often, I mean, I don't really go live very often anymore, but every now and like I've had a couple donations before, and like I that shit blows me away every time because I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like you don't need to do that.
I got a donation on that first AC2 stream, and I was like, I saw it was like, I didn't see the currency. It was like Polish, and it was 10. And I thought, oh my God, is this like £10 or $10? And I was like, whoa, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Like, I don't need donations. I have a full-time job. Like, this is not my job. It's fine. And I was like, do you want me to answer a question? Or like, do you want a shout out or something? And they went, bro, it only translates to like $3.
Well, even still, it's still generous, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But they were like, bro, it's only $3. And I was like, I don't care. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. To be fair though, to I guess point out because otherwise someone else will in the comments. One time when I was doing a live stream, it was when I just got made redundant from my job, and I went live, and I put like a little bit of text in the corner of the screen saying like "Donos welcome" with a winky face.
I'm gonna have to see this one. Can you tell? Are you like pointing at the top of the screen all the time?
No, I don't mention it. It's just like there. And it kind of works. I got a couple donations.
Maybe that's it then. Maybe you just.
But I did say like when I got it, like don't feel any need, just don't feel any pressure, any need like that. It's obviously not something that is ever asked for or required. I just had it in the corner.
Yeah, because that's like a bit of a controversial thing, isn't it? Because people will say, oh, well, if you don't want donations, why do you put the button on? Why do you make it available? And it's like, it is still people's choice to do it. We're not like forcing people, we're not saying, oh, please donate. Even though we've got the button on, it's not like we're dependent on it or anything. It's there if people, the guy who donated me the $3 on that stream just said, look, I'm just enjoying the stream. And I was like, oh, you know what? Like, that's the right reasons why you should be donating. Not to, like, hit a goal or to, like, get your chat read out. I mean, that always... I think super chats are a really weird, like... I want to stand out from the crowd, so I'm going to pay money. Like, whoa. I still don't get that.
Yeah, I mean, I think when it comes to, like, donation stuff, like... I think it's like as long as you're not disrespectful to the viewer about it, I think it's fine because like, what if this is your full-time job and you spend lots of time going live, then I think taking donations as a bonus if somebody wants to support is fine. Just giving them the option to support if they choose to do so, and that's it. That's fair enough.
Do you have? Go ahead. Go. No, you go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I was just going to say, I think it's different if somebody is then going to go live and say, like, bro, I can't pay my rent, I need you to donate, and if you don't,
I've seen things
are
like
you
that
actually
before.
A real fan? Like, if you say stuff like that, then it's like, nah, you're actually a piece of shit. Like, even if you're struggling, there's better ways to do it. So that's what I was gonna say. But
Yeah, it's funny you mention that. I mean, I found myself, I found myself, like, sometimes I will just watch, like, really shitty YouTube channels. And, you know Keemstar?
Of course. Killer Keemstar, yeah.
So, like, if you're going to watch him, you're going to be watching him ironically. And he has a podcast with, like...
LOLcow.
LOLcow Live.
Yeah.
And it's like Boogie
insane.
faked cancer and like buried alive. I watched. I was there for him getting buried alive. I was there for him getting the tattoo. Like,
Liar. That was it, wasn't it?
Like, I feel so like I need to have a shower after I watch that because I feel like that is just, you can't tell your friends you've been watching that. You can't, like.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing to do because you are in some ways supporting them and they're getting donation after donation and it's just like people telling them how awful they are. And
but
it's so weird.
The thing is though, it is almost a win-win in that situation though, because people get to like rip the shit out of them and they get paid for it.
Yeah, but that's not, you don't want to support people like that.
No, I get it.
They are terrible people. But in a way, it's like public humiliation. It's like, it's weird. I don't watch them anymore. I watched them during that whole cancer controversy thing.
Yeah, that shit was insane.
So funny.
That's the thing though. It's like the show, that show is like gold because of how unhinged it is. Like, you gotta give him that is an entertaining show. Did he like shave his
eyebrows off recently? I saw a thumbnail where Boogie has like no hair anywhere on his face.
Oh god, I wouldn't be surprised. I know that was the obviously the lying about cancer thing, which in the end he said, all right, yeah, it was, I did. And there was the burial.
That is one of the best. Like, they did that for like a camping trip, wasn't it? That's
yeah. It was insane. Did you see the one where Boogie's going like literally off and he's like screaming and like it even goes too far for Keemstar and he's like, I'm about to end this. I'm about to end this. And he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself or cut myself or something. Like, it goes way too far. It's weird.
It's just like, this is my life. Like, yeah. And then there was that bit where he's there was like a stream where he's on the side of the road and he's getting people to like hit him with water balloons or something.
Really? Oh my god, I didn't see that.
Yeah, and it's funny because I listened to another podcast called The Official Podcast.
Oh, I think I've heard of that. Who does that?
Oh god, I mean, who was in that? Oh, Moist Critical was in that for a bit, but he left that
one of
recently.
those. Okay, fair
enough. But it has like, well, actually, the way that I discovered them was I watched like a true crime podcast that had Wendigoon in it.
Oh, I've not heard of that person.
You not heard of Wendigoon? Oh man, his videos are fantastic, and that got me onto like, the true crime podcast is a subsidiary of the main podcast. So I watched the main podcast, and anyway, totally random, but during the live stream where Boogie is getting pelted with water balloons, one of the members of that podcast like makes an appearance in person and hits him with a water balloon.
Oh really?
I was like, what a crossover. And it turns out like
cameo.
Yeah, I mean, if you're familiar with that, do you remember like a Jackson Clark keeps getting brought up by Boogie? He keeps saying it during
I've
the
only
rants
seen the
and
highlights.
Stuff. Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, but he keeps saying like, oh, I don't know what Jackson Clark said, and everyone's like, who's Jackson Clark?
Oh right, he doesn't. Nobody knows.
But it's the guy from the podcast, and he's just like a random, like, he's just one of the guys on the podcast. He's never spoke to Boogie in his life, so yeah. Anyway, deep cuts, but
that's it.
LOLcow Live is crazy.
I feel like it's one of those things where you've got to like almost enjoy it, because I feel like at some point they're gonna get banned or something. They're gonna do something. It's gonna go way too far. They're gonna get banned, and you're not gonna. It's gonna be dumb.
It's total brain rot. Yeah. And I mean, Boogie is such a bad person, but it's so funny to watch him.
Is.
His actual channel is like, I'm sure you're familiar with Canva. His is like BTEC Canva. It's not even like, he's literally just using the default templates.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I want to try and find.
Crazy.
Maybe we should just make this thumbnail for this episode just a Boogie's face.
Yeah. On an assassin.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he's on Ozempic as well. Oh yeah. God. Anyway, sorry,
Yeah,
we were talking about
crazy.
Assassin's Creed, I think.
I think we were at some point.
Maybe. I don't remember. Which
Well,
one we were talking about?
What have we got to cover that we? I mean, what? All right. Here's
I
a
have
question for
something.
you.
I have something.
Oh, okay. Go on then. Go on then.
Well, do you want to ask your question? I have a screenshot of the marketing schedule that
Okay.
was
What?
leaked. Well, it's not leaked, but somebody's like wrote it out.
How about this? I'm gonna just to refresh the viewers, get them back into the conversation.
Okay.
I was gonna ask you, like, you know, it's just overall in a general sense of the matter. I was gonna say, how do you think this delay will affect the game positively or negatively? Like, genuinely, do you think it will help the game? Also, just to get back into that conversation, and then should we go over your screenshot?
Yeah. I think separating it from the controversy for as long as possible has helped the game. Like, if this game had came out in November, it would have came out at the height of the Yasuke drama and all that stuff and all this historical inaccuracy. So, to some extent, I'm sort of like wondering if that's going to come back when the game releases.
Oh, it's got to, hasn't it?
Does it? Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of hopeful that it all just sort of, like, now that we're past that initial, like, shock, people are going to just wait until the game comes out and then judge it fairly. But I'm sure, like, we're going to get a slew of videos come in from people.
Of course we
They're
are.
just like,
yeah.
of course we were right the whole time. You know, like, oh, Yasuke
Yeah.
is awful and stuff.
Yeah,
But
of course, that's always going to happen. Like, whatever's trending,
Yeah,
the grifters
yeah.
will jump on it, whatever it is. So the game comes out, the game's going to be trending, so the grifters are going to jump back on the hate. So, you know, it's whatever's
Yeah,
popular.
I am like... I think the delay is good for the game, though, like, positively, because it means that we're at least going to get a game that's more finished when it comes out. I mean, God knows what was going to happen if it released in November. I don't know what kind of game we would have gotten then, but clearly
Yeah.
not a very good one. So I'm really, like, God, if it's bad, though, after this many delays, like, on a technical level, then something is really off.
Yeah.
It's got to be technical stuff they're doing now. Or still, you know, it's been like, what, a 5 month delay now? So what, or 4 months? Like, I don't know what they're doing in that time. I don't know if it's gonna be a better game, but at least, you know, I'd rather they have that time than not.
Yeah, like, I do agree with that. Like, again...
Oh, and there is,
not-
of course, sorry, there's just the other thing as well, that I get the impression that the layoffs that have been happening recently at Ubisoft are to give Shadows more time. So there must be some level of, like, kind of guilt there, I think. Of, like, a lot of people have lost their jobs, so we can try and make this work.
I don't know if there's much guilt, though. You know, it's one of those multi-million-dollar businesses. I don't think they feel much.
Yeah, maybe if you're, like,
you know.
an employee on that team, knowing that you're, like, the last team.
Yeah. Yeah, I think on a smaller scale, there's going to be more
Yeah.
of that sort of. But I think, again, not to sort of reiterate what I said earlier, to try and put a different spin on it and I guess extend my thoughts. Like, again, like, yeah, I think obviously a delay to keep working on a game is a good thing. But again, it's more of my worry is just like all of the added elements, the deeper layer of that has led into this delay potentially, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to feel. What I'll say is, when this game comes out, if we boot up the game
Yeah.
and there's crashes, there's bugs, there's failed to connect to the server, there's enemies clipping through walls, like, I'm not gonna be surprised one bit.
Oh,
But
really?
but that's not, you know, I'm not predicting it. I'm just saying
Yeah,
I could really see it being that way based on all of these elements. However, there is also the you know, the what's the word? I don't know the word, but there's also that edit. Well, I can't speak right now.
That was definitely a word choice. I don't know if that was the word, but that was a word to fill in the gap.
Wasn't edited. There's all but there's also that added element that maybe it will come out and they will have addressed all this stuff, and that's why they had to delay it. So I don't know. I don't know.
The gameplay they're showing so far does look good. Like, it's funny.
Not showing enough though.
It's not showing enough, definitely not. But when, like, I don't know if they're just tricking us because the clips are so short, but every time I was clicking on one of those clips, I was like, damn, like, if this was, like, let's say, you know, you just forget everything about this game and you just showed somebody this clip, it looks quite good. It does look, like, quite up-to-date and modern and, like, I don't know if that was giving me, like, false hope, because the way they described it in that article, especially the parkour one, oh my god. I think every time I read something, I got really excited and then watched the clip and went, oh, well, it's not really what you described, is it? Like, it's still good, but it's not really what you described. But I still think the game itself looks good. It actually does look good. We're just not seeing it. We're not seeing enough of it.
Yeah, I think for me, it's like gameplay elements and how you traverse the world and how stealth system, like that's all good stuff. But what I want to see is, you know, why are you doing this stuff? Like, what's going on with? Give me some hints to the story. Showcase some things you can do around the world. Like, again, not to compare, but I guess I am. In Ghost of Tsushima, however you say it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I just, again, like, there's things in the world, like, there's little bamboo things that you can strike with your sword. There's a little mini game. Like, again, I'm not saying that should be in Shadows, but I'm just saying there's little things through the world that would be really cool if Ubisoft showed some of these things. Like, oh, if you travel through the world, you'll come across this. You'll come across this.
Yeah, I suppose we'll get that in the exploration article.
Well, I hope so. But it's another article that isn't gonna.
Yeah, you know, it really does baffle me that these were not trailers. Like, can you not just get somebody to narrate it?
And it doesn't even have to be like as long as the dev diary things, which weren't even that long themselves. And
like, they're really overly produced as well. You know, we've got to have 5 camera angles of every team member, green screen.
Like, we don't really, no offense to the developers, we don't actually want to see their faces. We just want to see the game. So it's like, just
sit on a sofa and talk about it.
Get Sean to narrate, or someone. Just talk about it. You know. This might be a weird comparison, but do you ever follow, like, there's a Skyrim modding team that are remaking Oblivion in Skyrim. Have you seen their channel? Skyblivion.
I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever followed it.
Okay,
but I mean, I've heard of that for years now. I didn't realise that was...
It's coming out this year, supposedly.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're nearly done with it. What I was going to reference that to was the way they showcase the updates, do little trailer things. It's just, that's all we need for Ubisoft. They have a voiceover. They say, in this part of the world we have this. In this part of the world, obviously it's a different format because they're showing the progress they've made making it.
But they used to do that. They used to. I remember Assassin's Creed 4. The first gameplay we ever saw was a 13-minute walkthrough where he was like on the ship, then he went into a Mayan sort of structure and he's climbing around it. 13 minutes of gameplay. Bell thing. And I think it's Darby McDevitt, or it might have been Ashraf Ismail narrating the whole thing. Like, that's all you need. Just please, just give us, just show us a fort and the character infiltrating it, which I guess they have done. Well, actually, no, they have. They have totally done that, actually.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's what they only ever show. They'll just show. I don't know if they call them black box missions anymore, but they only show a bandit camp. I know it's not just a bandit camp, but that format of gameplay is all they show. And it's like, when those games come out, maybe there's not more to the game than that. But if there is, we need to see that. I want to see how the stat system works. I want to see if you can equip just a robe and how that's different between Naue and Yasuke. I want to see the different weapon types. I want to see if there's abilities, a deep dive into that. That's what I'm looking to see to see how the game works.
Oh,
And
like yeah. How
Ubisoft
does
never do
progression
that.
work as a
They
game?
never do that. Yeah,
No.
yeah. Like if you think back to what's it called, Mirage, I kept making videos saying, okay, well this is great, but how does they talked about dying system, dying the armor. So okay, let's see it. How does it work?
Yeah.
Not the armor, sorry. You know what I mean? The
The
outfits,
robes
the
and
robes.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted to see the different districts. Which
Funny
they
story
kind of
about that
show.
actually.
Yeah,
I remember.
What was it?
I spent the entirety of Mirage thinking that you could go to a shop to dye your outfit. Like, I spent the entire game
What, like a
trying to
tailor?
find a tailor. Yeah.
No
Only to
way.
find out that the only way you can, like, dye half of your robes is through
the
the like,
menu.
the secret maps.
Wait.
What are they called? What are those maps called? The hidden...
Oh, are you talking about when there'll be a picture, a diagram picture, and you'll have to find the X mark?
Yeah, like the Black Flag treasure maps. And they give you, like, different colours for every single outfit, and I never knew... It's only, like the other day that I went through and just did all of them. And I'm like, oh, cool. So, like, every outfit has, like, 3 different colours that I never even knew about.
Yeah, but you do unlock a few different armor. Keep calling it armor.
Yeah, I mean...
robe
yeah,
dyes
you
through
get
the
a
game.
couple. I remember watching... they did a Twitch stream of Valhalla, and if you watched it, you got the Ubisoft colours for Basim.
In Valhalla? Or,
In Mirage. In Mirage, yeah. It was before Mirage came out, so I had, like, those colours, and I think you get, like, a couple as you go through the game. But I was like, where's all these different dyes? Like, I didn't realise that every outfit could be dyed, but, yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Little tangent there.
Yeah, fair enough. But, again, that's stuff that they should have... They could have shown us. Like, oh, you're that's why you didn't know.
I didn't know. Not at all.
When we saw Black Flag deep dives, we saw Edward opening the bottle with his teeth. We saw that
exactly.
stuff. With Mirage, they didn't tell us about any of this. And again, like it's good to have a level of let's keep some things reserved, let the player find it organically.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between that and just showing a standard, bog standard RPG Assassin's Creed mission structure, which we all know how it's going to play out, and then just move on. No, we need to see that, and then we need to see the open world
new
deep
stuff.
dive, the stat system, the weapons, the armors. How do we buy weapons? Do they have blacksmiths around? Let's talk to these characters, like have a little dive. Valhalla did it all right, Valhalla showed the flighting.
Yeah.
They showed through the world, the different regions. Like I think they did a good job of showcasing the game before it came out. In regards to a layer of depth of what is in the game, they showed it was in Valhalla, right, where you could stack the rocks on top of each other.
Oh yeah, I remember that mini game.
Well, they showed it was one of those, but they showed it to us. They said, look, here's activities in the world to do. In Shadows, what have we seen? We've seen
meditating.
We've seen meditating in a leaked trailer that never came out.
Oh, is that not officially? Whoops.
It's fine. Your Raptor showed it. We all showed it in the end, didn't we?
Yeah.
So it's fine. But yeah, they showed that stuff that actually officially never came out. They showed other than that, they've showed obviously a bit of combat in an article that no one's read. They showed a little bit of parkour in an article that no one's read. They showed a bit of stealth in an article no one's read, and then they showed the game before they'd already changed a lot of things up in the official, first gameplay presentation, which was only what seems to be a random assassination that might.
Yeah, it's not even like a mission. It's not even like a main mission.
It could be a main mission, but like...
Oh, I'd be scared if it was.
There's no substance there. Like, they should have showed that if there was no... maybe there's no corridor sequences in the game, but if there is, they should have shown that with that target, because that would... Yeah, I don't know.
Don't scare me like that. I was so happy when they came back in Valhalla. I was so happy.
Yeah.
Even though they only chose particular people for it to happen to, which was confusing.
Yeah, or they would do like all the random Order of the Ancients targets. They'd have like a really generic conversation that didn't mean anything.
Oh, I didn't even do any of those. I didn't care.
Did you not? Oh,
No.
I did them all.
I could
I had
show
to
you
do
my
it,
Valhalla
man.
progress. I've got so many. I did like two. The two that are in the story.
That's
I
the
just
thing,
watched
like,
the cutscene. I just watched the cutscene and found out how the Templars started. Woohoo! Saved myself
did you-
like
wait,
50
did you-
hours.
Oh wait, do you not get the King what's his name ending if you don't kill all the targets?
Oh no. That's the end ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get that. I don't know the what is it? The Asgard ending. I don't know
Oh, I
any of
didn't
that
do
stuff.
that. I didn't do that stuff. I did all the Assassin's Creed stuff, and I didn't
Yeah.
do the glorified Isu stuff that was actually just a fantasy game.
Oh no! As soon as I got past like the Tree of Yggdrasil bit, done. I haven't touched it since.
Yeah.
Which I
fair
can't say
enough.
for Odyssey. Like Odyssey, I did go back to a couple of times just to play it.
Ooh, fair enough.
Valhalla
fair enough.
was, oh my god, I was so done. I was so done by the time I finished that game.
Yeah. It's. Well, I could go on about those games, man.
Yeah,
For good
I
or
hear
for
the
bad, I
DLCs
guess.
are quite good, but then I'm like, are they good by Valhalla standards or?
By Valhalla standards,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, the only DLC I've played is the Siege of Paris.
Oh yeah, that's
I-
meant to be the stealthy one, isn't it?
Yeah, when it comes to Assassin's Creed like gameplay, it's actually pretty fun. Like it's all black box missions pretty much. It's all here's a target, here's a unique way of assassinating them. Like if you're looking for the proper Assassin's Creed gameplay that is actually quite fun.
Oh, what the hell?
then that stuff's there in that DLC. Is there a good story to it? No.
Oh.
All the NPCs, like all the characters in the DLC, are stiffly animated. They've got no soul to them. They're boring. They're just like a chat GPT sort of reciting lines. It feels really unrealistic. Like nothing. It's not good.
I hate
But
that
again-
presentation style so much, especially after I've
Yeah.
just played God of War, which was made like 6 years ago, and it looks better than like, God, I mean like, that game came out the same year as Odyssey, and they are night and day.
Yeah.
They are absolutely night and
Yeah.
day in terms of facial animations.
Yeah, I mean there is a layer of like obviously God of War is mocapped. It's just more
Oh yeah,
condensed
yeah. I
game.
mean, I'm gonna get the comments saying, "Oh, that's not a fair comparison." I'm just talking about like,
I know what
both
you're
games
saying.
have more capped cutscenes, and even the more capped cutscenes in Odyssey don't look anywhere near as good as God of War's do.
Yeah.
Which is to be,
Yeah.
it's a linear story-based game. I get it. They got to put more
Yeah.
money into that, but
Yeah,
Still,
do you know what though? I understand your comparison in that regards.
just presentation, just feel like a
Yeah.
very expensive game and not like an MMO. Not
Yeah.
to diss MMOs, but they have those kind of cutscenes. They're just like
Yeah.
lines of dialogue with a little character's like profile picture pop up.
yeah. Do you play? Have
Also-
you ever played any MMOs?
Oh god, I used to play Neverwinter. If you've ever heard of that one.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah,
know.
I used to play that a bit.
Neverwinter, I played it on I think it came out on PS4, and I downloaded it for free and gave it a
Yeah,
trial.
it was Games for Gold on Xbox, so I remember playing it through that.
I thought about it recently because obviously Neverwinter is set in the world of D&D, and that's the same world as Baldur's Gate.
Is Baldur's Gate D&D?
Yeah, it's set in the
Oh.
Forgotten Realms. Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Faerun, the world of Faerun, which has Neverwinter, the Sword Coast, where Baldur's Gate is. I know all about the lore now.
Oh, wow.
And here's my segment. No, I'm just joking. I haven't played it for a bit now. No. Well, yeah. No, I haven't had time to play games for a
Yeah.
while, to be honest. I've been too busy with the move.
Yeah, that's fair. I played a little bit of Elder Scrolls Online. Like, I
I
played
fuck with
one
Elder
day of
Scrolls
it.
Online. I like Elder Scrolls Online. I used to
couldn't.
grind that. In lockdown, I grinded that game so hard.
I think I've
Good
always
time.
like wanted to grind an MMO, but I just don't enjoy the gameplay enough.
Yeah, it's something you've really got. It's like a acquired taste. Like you play it enough,
Yeah.
you'll start to get addicted to it. But then it's such a time commitment that once you get out,
Yeah, I
of
don't want to
it,
like
it's
grind
fast
just to
paced.
make it good.
Yeah,
Like what the Marvel's Avengers game. You have to get your character up to max level in order to get all of their moves, and only then does the game become fun. when you've unlocked everything for the character and you can actually
Yeah.
just like use their moves. Otherwise, it's just slow and boring. I mean, the game is kind of. I mean, it's not even sellable anymore.
Didn't you say you liked it though?
Oh, I'm talking about the. Yeah. It was a guilty pleasure game for a long time.
Yeah,
I put money into that game. I hate to say it.
Oh,
I did. Something I've probably not done. I don't think I've bought a microtransaction in Assassin's Creed. Unless, like, the pre-order bonuses and stuff count. Like, I bought the AC4, like, secrets pack or something where you get those outfits, but that's kind of... I don't know, maybe that's different. I've never bought, like, the modern RPG, like, packs.
No.
Oh, actually, speaking of it, I was going to say about Mirage, you were saying earlier about how the marketing for that, were you saying that was good?
No, it was bad.
No, it was bad,
I mean,
yeah. Yeah. Because my joke was going to be... No, my joke was going to be that Mirage didn't have anything to market. Because there's like nothing there. When you were saying about, like speculating what the skills are going to be, that just reminded me, like, that's because there's like nothing there.
Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah,
They
exactly.
couldn't exactly show that.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely could have shown more, but they didn't.
Yeah.
And it's just, it just annoys me because it's like, I don't know what type of game I'm going to play until I play it. And like, one of my perfect Assassin's Creed, back when E3 was a thing, one of my favorite E3 showcases was, I remember watching it at Nana Jan's house. That was where I was. It was Assassin's Creed Revelations, the E3 demo. And it's when Ezio arrives at Constantinople. It shows the conversation with him and the prince on the boat, Sophia. There's and then it shows him bumping into Yusuf showing him around. So you get that proper. Oh, okay. Here's the vibe of the game. Here's a bit of cutscene, a little bit of a tease to the characters. Here's a bit of the world. It shows throwing the bombs. Because that's a tutorial level for the player, but it's perfect to show for a E3 demo. Because again, it shows everything or most things. It shows weapons, combat, characters, and a tease to the story, the vibe of the world, the new bomb mechanic that they had. It was really good little intro. And I remember I was only 10. I was watching it and I thought, oh my god, this looks so good. I can't wait for this. Assassin's Creed. And then it came out and that was what I expected. They didn't show too much, but they showed just enough. Whereas now, I know exactly what I'm going to get. And it's going to be, again, right, let's watch this character fight their way towards a bandit camp, sneak him, kill an enemy, run away, done. See you next year. Yeah.
I mean, I was trying to think there, like, what was the one that I think... Do you remember when Assassin's Creed Syndicate got announced?
Yeah.
They just kind of, like, shadow dropped a cutscene of Jacob, Evie, and Henry in the pub, just talking. And then he, like, walks outside, and now we're doing, like, Jacob Fry gameplay for, like, a little bit. And, they show off the horses and stuff. But I just thought, like... That's such a, like, we've still not seen Naoe and Yasuke just, like, we saw a little bit of them talking to each other. By the way, side note, when I was doing my video talking about the delay, I was just, like, checking which videos I had of Shadows downloaded.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll just throw up the initial gameplay reveal thing. And God, the game looks so much worse when you look at that first reveal. The graphics and, like, you can tell that game is not finished. Like, just looking at the little gameplay clips in those articles, you can see the shoot up in quality, even in the faces, compared to, like, 6 months ago.
Yeah, although I do very much agree with that sentiment, that sometimes when it comes to showcasing a game, sometimes they'll have an earlier build that has been ready to be presentable, and they might have actually been further along in polishing up the game than what was shown even then.
Yeah,
But they might not have been. They might not have been as well. And by the sound of the delays, maybe they weren't. I don't know.
No. But, at least we can see a remarkable difference in fidelity and things like that. I mean, the game does look good. The lighting looks nice. The world... I think every Assassin's Creed game, the world looks incredible. It's just how that world has been designed. And, the characters in it that perhaps don't look as good.
Yeah, agreed. I think world design from Ubisoft's just purely how the world looks, what's that craft, that art, I think
Great
is
wallpaper.
Yeah, it's always really well done. And I think the world design team that just focus on, okay, let's build this land, perfect, really good. Again, it's what's in that world, And it is there is an extent of maybe the world design team have built the world to be flat, to be boring, to not be able to do much, and that's another discussion. But I think in general, they make it look really nice. They make it feel very real. Again, it's then it's handed over to the actual content developers or the level designers, whatever you want to call it, and it's more. To me, at least personally, I've always felt it in the last few years, at least, to be very much sort of lackluster in comparison to the size of the world with the content that's actually in it.
Yeah.
A lot of people would disagree. A lot of people will, and that's fine. But that's the way I've viewed it. In comparison to a lot of other games that have big worlds, it's well, I've been running in a straight line for a while now. What's the point in this?
Yeah. It's funny, I was playing Assassin's Creed 1 on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just around Acre. And that tower that nobody could climb in AC2? That little flashback where you play as Altair.
Yes.
There's that little tower where you've got to do a side eject, and that's when the community realised, we don't know how to do this.
Yeah, as a kid, I ran into that. Me and my dad couldn't do it. I remember.
It's funny because I went to that tower in AC1 on Saturday, and it's got a little handhold
next to it. You say it like you went in real life.
Yeah, I just took a quick trip.
Quick flight.
And it's actually got a handhold, which I slipped and hurt my hand on, but it's okay. 'Cause, I knew it was there.
Yeah.
So it kind of helps you in that version. But anyway, I got to the top of that because I know that's the highest point in the game. And I just looked around at Acre and I thought, this world, this map is massive. When I look at how Baghdad looks in Mirage, it's the streets are really wide and it's just a lot of rubbish. It's a lot of rubbish. There's no Oh, I don't know. I don't like Mirage's world. I need to word. I could word a very strong argument, but anyway. But you look at the layout of AC1's map when you're stood on top of a viewpoint, and you're like, oh yeah, this looks like fun. I want to go back down there and do all the way through. And there's so many cool moves in AC1, and it just feels so responsive. And I just It says something when, I decided I want to play AC1 because that's more fun to play. Just to run around in is so much more fun than Mirage.
Yeah.
And I think Shadows, I don't know. We don't know what the map, how it actually is going to feel to play. I'm sure there'll be some cities, some locations, some notable landmarks to explore. I did get a very interesting comment. Someone pointed out, how they made it so some walls can't be scaled, so you have to use the little grappling hook. That does kind of remove the skill. Okay, make some walls unclimbable. Cool idea. We're not going to be climbing up cliff faces for 3 hours like we were in Valhalla and Odyssey. But by making it so that you can just use the grapple hook to solve all your problems, it removes the need to parkour.
That is, bro. That's literally what I said. I said that as well.
Yeah.
It's again, obviously we'll have to get our hands on it to know for sure. But I kept playing while I was explaining it. I kept playing it on loop when she jumps up and uses a grapple. And I say again, I also overlaid in my video the quote in the article that was every Shinobi game needs a grappling hook. Do you remember that?
Oh, I do remember that course, yeah. Because isn't it in Ghost of Tsushima?
It is.
Like, that meant to be a reference?
It's very similar. It's very similar in the way you can only use it, the grappling hook in Ghost of Tsushima, in certain parts of the world that have the prompts to use it.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
You can't just use it on any building. But I was showing that clip because, again, that was the argument, or at least the speculation I was making, like, well, they say that you do need certain handholds, which they're trying to make it sound like there's a more intricate, or at least a layer of thoughts.
Total bullshit.
A layer of thought to the climbing, but then you watch this clip of Naue using the grapple hook and completely avoiding this whole bit of wall that has no handholds and getting straight to the top.
She can just shimmy up the rope, can't she? She just sort of... Yeah, she doesn't need to hold on to anything. Yeah,
and I feel like at the beginning... of the game, maybe it takes a while to get the grappling hook, and then at that time it makes more, it's more of a challenge. But then again, it's like it's not really like it was in AC2 with Climb Leap. Climb Leap, there was a lot of buildings for a lot of the time in the game where obviously you'd still be able to get to the top of those buildings, but you'd have to shimmy around the buildings until you could find the right handholds. Whereas when you unlock Climb Leap in Venice, you can jump a bit higher, which means you can get to the top of buildings in an easier path.
Yeah.
It almost seems like they're trying to go for that with it. If that is the case, like you'll get it later on in the game, probably quite early on. But no, it's not really, is it? The same sort of thing.
Even I was thinking as well. Assassin's Creed Rogue has certain ice thingies that you can only break with the grenade launcher attachment to your air rifle. There's certain areas in the open world, like the caves and stuff, where they'll have like an icy sort of wall that you can only break with the grenade launcher, and you unlock, like, even if it's just like little chests. But that's still like something that you need to have earned late game in order to unlock those areas. And even like the ice ram on the ship, that's what I think Shadows needs. It needs, like, let's say, you get the grapple hook later, so then you can explore those areas. Like, why would they have the grapple hook, like, feed into exploration if it was going to be just something that you have from the start? Like, there should be areas that you can't get to until, like, you get more equipment. I don't know. That just seems like a natural part of the world design. Maybe
it does work like that, because in Ghost of Tsushima, you don't get the grapple hook until... Well, I mean, I didn't get it until about 7-8 hours into the game, I would say.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
And I didn't even know the grapple hook was in the game until they gave it to me, and I was like, oh shit, there's a grapple hook. Oh right, okay. And then again, it doesn't change the way you play the game, because it's only, you're scaling up a linear path up a mountain, and then it gets to the point where you can't climb any further, and so then you have to leave. But then if you have the grapple hook, you get a button prompt like RB or something, and then you zip yourself over.
Right.
So it might work in... I wouldn't be surprised if it works in a similar way. But again, that's fine and probably quite good for traversing the world and finding little hidden things, and there's that sense of progression then, because it's like, oh, well, now I can go back to this place and unlock this chest that I couldn't get before, maybe. But then it's like, just purely as a parkour gameplay mechanic, combatant or aid, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I think again, yes, I think it will be a very similar situation, not the same, but I think it'll be a very similar situation to Syndicate, where parkour is null and void because of the grapple zip wire in that game. Obviously, again, I don't think you'll be able to just zip to the top of the building with this grapple hook. I think you'll have to get to a certain height before you can then extend it.
They said that, didn't they? They said you have to, like, press A when you're already trying to scale a wall in order to make it trigger.
But also I don't think, like, let's say there is, like, there was one gameplay trailer or something, Dev Diary, where we saw Naue scaling a pretty tall tower. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to just to go from the bottom all the way to the top with the grapple hook with that. I think you'll have to climb most of it, if not pretty much all of it, until you can actually trigger the grapple hook to then scale to the top bit. So there is that layer of, okay, well, there is still an element of parkour.
Yeah, that would be quite nice if it only triggers on unscalable walls.
But
that
be-
would, yeah.
No, sorry.
No, like I think that would make it so it's just a conditional thing that only happens in certain areas. Yes, it does remove the challenge because, I would love if they released a mode that didn't have the grapple hook. I think that would make stealth so much more interesting. And I'm also thinking, like, instead of the zip line, they've got the swing on the rope. Like, it is basically a slow line launcher. And what has it got? The rope launcher. They've got a slow rope launcher and a slow zip line.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say, whether it will be a nice addition to parkour or whether it will be, again, to the parkour's detriment. It's really hard to say because they aren't showing enough of it. We'll have to just see when we play the game ourselves and test it out, I guess. But, but yeah.
I was going to say we could wrap up with this screenshot. I've totally forgot. I've had it on my screen this whole time. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, I haven't cognitively went, oh yeah, we need to read that out until just now.
Okay.
So there's only 3 bullet points on this, but basically, I don't know where this came from, but somebody is saying that the marketing schedule going ahead for Shadows, which actually starts tomorrow, which would be quite interesting. So apparently on the 14th, which will have passed by the time this comes out, we're getting a Critical Role AC Shadows one-shot. That's a lot of shh.
Yeah.
What is... Do you know what Critical Role is?
Yes, I do. So I looked into it. I didn't know what it was at first. Critical Role... Well, I knew the phrase. I was like, that's a D&D phrase, because I know from my Baldur's Gate 3. You would roll a critical role. Anyway, it's a YouTube channel. It's a big YouTube channel that do D&D, like comedy sort of D&D campaigns. They'll all like have a good time doing D&D. They'll make it into a show.
Oh, okay.
They're basically just gonna do an AC Shadows themed D&D run. By the sound
is that
of
it?
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
So they're gonna so it'll be very much like they'll be dressed up in AC Shadows robes or samurai armors. They'll be playing. Yeah, this is sponsored by Assassin's Creed Shadows, coming March 20th, and we're going to do a AC Shadows themed run, and whatever they want to call it, campaign.
That's like saying...
That is.
Did you see when the wrestling guy who loves Assassin's Creed... No, yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah, his name is Will Ospreay, and
is it when he walked out to the...
Yeah, they got Roger Craig Smith to read a narration as Ezio, and then he came out wearing the Shadows themed robes, and like he is a lifelong lover of Assassin's Creed. He did a cosplay as Jacob Fry, which I think got him in Ubisoft's good books. And yeah, now he's like officially sponsored by AC Shadows. But imagine if they said like marketing schedule WWE. That's like one off. Like that's not it's kind of marketing. But it's not really like...
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a very side sort of way of doing it.
Yeah, like when you're working with, influencers or, in that situation, athletes, and then obviously the Critical Role influencer deal sort of thing. That's your like sideline marketing, isn't it?
It's like we're appearing on a YouTube show. Oh, okay, cool. Guess what? And you know what? I should say this now. Somebody commented... and they've done it on a few videos, actually, that, the Assassin's Creed YouTubers, we were name-dropped, which was nice.
Wait, where?
Somebody, I think it was on, it might have been the Hidden Ones Discord or something. It wasn't like a massive thing. But I got it on my video as well. Somebody had commented, oh no, I'll tell you where it was. It was in the Assassin's Creed official Discord, which I only just joined the other day. Because I was like, why am I not in the actual Discord for Assassin's Creed? So I did that, and somebody had, shouted us out, saying, Exile, Hidden One, Willis Makes Movie, and all these other guys, they're the ones marketing your game. Why are we not on this marketing schedule? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm joking, but yeah, I don't know. Do you ever just go on Discord and search your own name?
I have done
Scary.
before. I have done. Not. I did it once or twice before because I was curious. I got
Yeah.
mentioned. I haven't checked it in since a year or so ago, but I got mentioned when on the official AC Discord when the Mirage leaked gameplay came out because
Ooh.
both times because I didn't even have the thought in my head that I would get in trouble for showing it because I was like, well, it's on the internet. I didn't even think. So I show it in the videos and I never got in trouble. But I wish nobody else was showing it in the videos because they were too scared to because they thought they'd get a strike from Ubisoft. Well, I didn't think about that. I just made the videos, put it in the thumbnail and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So obviously my videos did quite well in views on it. Especially for the time when I had less than 10k subs, I got 35k views on one of them, 20 something k views on the other, and so obviously I got name drops in Discord because people were like, yeah, the only YouTuber really talking about it is this guy the Exile, who's shown the leaks, he's talked about it. So I was like, oh shit. But I probably have been mentioned since oh, that guy with the annoying voice. On the
do you want me to search right now? Let me search. The Exile.
The Exile.
Let's see how many times.
There's a lot of in the lore, they'll say oh, this guy was in exile, this character was exiled and stuff.
Yeah, that's really that is really the first one that's came up here.
Yeah.
Napoleon
probably,
died halfway across the world in exile.
In me? What?
Oh, somebody's put your short. One of your shorts, the darkest Assassin's Creed game we never got. It's annoying because it doesn't show you the context of
That's the scrapped idea for Syndicate. The Samuel Fay was the character, and it was going to be much darker. I just talked about that for 45 seconds, I think.
I remember seeing. I don't remember if it was in the official Discord. It might have been the Hidden Ones Discord actually, but. When I did my video in a suit, I remember you were saying earlier, what were the reception like? And I just remembered my comments were fine, but I saw some responses in his Discord calling me a whiny brat and entitled and stuff, and I was like, True.
Yeah, it's again, it's the internet is just people talking behind your back, but you can just see it.
yeah, that's very true. But
they would never say that to your face, but they don't. When you comment about someone, you never really think, oh, this person's gonna see this and gonna feel a certain type of way.
Yeah, I mean, you should. That people should do that.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
You just cut out for a good 15 seconds, so I might have missed what you just said. You went yee, and then it just cut out. I think we're good now.
I was trying to open that screenshot again, and I think it just messed up my audio there.
Oh, okay.
It was probably my computer going, oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're good. I was just getting that screenshot up again so I could mention the.
Yeah.
The rest of it. So, okay, we're getting this critical role, which, okay, so...
Oh, wait. Oh. Sorry, not to interrupt, but I just thought. Critical Role, D&D, Baldur's Gate 3. I thought we weren't allowed to compare Shadows with Baldur's Gate 3. I thought the CRPGs were not allowed. And now...
I was just about to say, that is a weird comparison for them to appear on a D&D thing. They're going to get compared to Baldur's Gate, they actually are. They're going to... the comments on that video are going to be oh, well, it's not going to be as good as D&D, or,
Literally. Well, it's just... I get it. It's a fun spin. A fun... I get it.
It's weird, though. I don't think they've marketed this game as an RPG, personally. I'm not getting, the RPG vibes from it at all.
They market it as a new Assassin's Creed game, and that's it. They you know what I mean? They show what they think the people who love Odyssey and Valhalla and stuff are gonna expect to see, and that's about it.
It's weird. It's like Halo Infinite when they just did their initial gameplay reveal, and it was just here's a level on a Halo ring that you remember. You know what Halo is,
wasn't it? It was
it was so bad.
Remember the troll guy, the bat? I forget the name of the alien.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone made him a
Craig
meme.
or something.
Yeah,
face.
Craig.
Yeah,
Craig.
yeah. I did a reaction video to that stream when that was first announced. I remember going, "Oh, this looks like that reaction video is just me slowly realizing the game looks awful."
Yeah.
But that's like what
Did they-
Shadows has done. They basically just went, "Look, here's something from Assassin's Creed. Like, okay, good, cool."
Yeah, exactly. And it's like you want it on more of a, I guess, like an analytical standpoint, don't you? Like, okay, but like, what's this game about? Like, what are we gonna be doing? And
Just show me a
other than this
cutscene
one
of the two
bandit
protagonists talking.
Well, we did get that, to be fair. Not, it wasn't much. It wasn't much.
It
but
wasn't much. It was the briefest of interact. It was like, I'm going to attack it this way. Okay.
It was literally, it was too slow. I almost had that. Too slow. That was the dialogue.
Oh my god. This fucking game irritates me.
but they did round it off, and I thought there's a bit of hope there when he started debating the creed. He started going,
yeah.
ah, yes, in the shadows, and I was like, oh, there could be something there. There might not. It might get completely brushed off again and never touched on, or it could be something that develops. We'll see.
Yeah, that just give us a really great cutscene of them arguing. I want to see the two of them arguing. That's how you can tell it's going to be.
That's because you love
game.
AC3 and you love the like drama.
Yeah. That whole game is just arguments, and they're brilliant.
Yeah. Well, I just want, like, even if it's, I don't know, I just, like, honestly, because I don't really have too much faith in, like, Ubisoft having really good writing, like they have had done in the past. But as long as it focuses on what an Assassin's Creed game is at heart, like think of AC2. Yes, it's well written. Yes, it's a good AC game, but it doesn't really like look at the contrast between AC2 and then like Revelations storytelling.
Oh yeah.
Revelations, even Brotherhood, but more Revelations focuses way more on like the philosophy of the creed, what does it mean, and that sort of thing. And that's great. I obviously love that the most. But I still like love AC2 for the sort of game it is. And that is just a chill assassin fantasy. A pretty simple story that doesn't really go that much in depth on the tenets of the creed, but it's still a good Assassin's Creed game. Like, if Shadows can just play well, focus on Assassins and Templars, I will probably be happy. That being said, I guess you could say that's what they did with Mirage, but it didn't play well. But I'm not getting back into that. I'm not getting back. We've talked about that many times.
Yeah. I think what Mirage just needs its own deep dive episode.
Oh god, yeah. To be fair, do you want, if we don't get any news next week, we could always do that as we could call it like Assassin's Creed Mirage 1 year later.
Oh yeah. That would get the views.
We could just delve deep. Like we could plan out like, okay, let's talk about this to start with, then let's move on to this. That I'd be down for that if you're down for that. That might be a bit of fun.
Yeah. I like the sound of that.
We get a good few clips out of that as well.
Yeah, I was looking at that. It was funny when you were just saying about the writing. I was like, I don't even know who's writing AC Shadows, so I've just googled it.
I forget. It's a woman. I forget her name.
So I've got Alyssa Ralph here. I don't know if that's different from the one that we've been seeing in those. The Reddit AMA.
Oh wait!
That was a different name, wasn't it?
So I think there's a co-writer and a writer. I think the main writer is that woman. Her name is eluding me. The woman who is.
She's in the Dev Diaries.
She's a bit older than us, to try and say that politely, and she's like, she could be my mum type age.
She's in the Dev Diaries, isn't she?
She's in the Dev Diaries. She replied on the Reddit AMA.
Yeah.
What's her name? I'm trying to look it up now,
just to see like any past history of like, what to expect from the writing here, because this is probably someone who has not wrote for AC before, maybe.
I do think there might be a writer that's on board with her. Excuse me, who's younger. I think she's more like our age.
Yeah, I found the younger one.
I don't know what she's worked on, if she's worked on anything. Obviously, I'm not gonna say really anything for that because I don't know. She might be a really good writer. She might love Assassin's Creed. If so, fair enough.
Yeah.
We'll see.
There's a lot of names attached to this, but maybe I'll do that in between episodes because I'm quite interested. Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't go down this rabbit hole.
Why? What is it?
Oh dear. I gather that
What?
the people writing this game oh my god, the more I'm reading, the worse this gets.
Oh, what is it?
It's not like bad, it's like very, very politically active, we'll say.
Oh, wait, who?
No, like the people, for example, are saying like, there's more than enough games with white men as playable characters. Let's do better. That's a quote from the senior writer.
Oh, right. Well, I mean...
And then, like, we've got... oh my god. Hang
I mean,
on.
I don't think that's... Like, I don't... Personally, I don't... As long as they're competent writers, they can write a good story. I don't care, like...
Yeah,
you know
no,
what I mean? Like,
nothing to do with their writing. I just think they are very much, like, anti-man, anti-white, sort of. Aggressively so.
To be fair, though, that means it's a good job that they're writing 80 Shadows then, that they don't have to, you know, they can if that's where their creativity comes from, to be more, I guess, expressive in culture and gender and that sort of thing, then to be honest, Shadows is a good thing for them, because they'll be able, you know, Yasuke and Naoe are probably the very, very opposite of a straight white man, so that might be a good thing. I don't know, we'll see.
This is... wait, I'm finding out, like, new information about the story.
Oh, okay.
I
think... Sorry, go
yes. No, I'm just reading a quote. Like, they're saying that Naoe comes from a remote mountainous area. They're sort of saying...
Where are we reading this?
Oh, I'm on, like, a random... It's called thatparkplace.com.
Oh, right.
It says when Oda came, he completely destroyed Naoe's, like, village. So it's Oda who does this? I don't know who Oda is. You have Yasuke and Oda that are coming to destroy the shinobi, so it creates this interesting tension between the two characters.
Ah, well, that leads into our theory that they are gonna be at odds to start.
Yeah,
with.
I definitely think, like, from that mocapped behind the scenes we saw, that they're gonna at least argue. I don't know if they're gonna fight, but I think they're gonna have some sort of conflict. Yeah. This is quite a little bit of information anyway. I don't know when this is from, but
yeah. Oh, okay.
Anyway, I'm distracting from
Yeah.
I've got like one screenshot left. One thing on the screenshot, which is basically just the previews, which I guess we can make a bit.
Just to say one thing real quick, just to round off before we go into the last screenshot. I think in my opinion, I think a lot of people, when they hear like specific, like, I guess, like social political opinions from people that write stories and games and movies and stuff, I think a lot of people are quick to say, well, then that means the story's going to be terrible and this and that. But from what I found in my experience, and obviously it differs depending on person, you know, different types of media, but I found that, you know, if someone wants to write a good story, like, they are going to use their, like, whether they realize it or not, they're going to use their own experiences, opinions, a perspective, to like write it in the best way they can. And usually, if you're true to yourself, usually a story ends up better off for it. So, you know, there will be that grift a lot that will jump on that if they read that tweet from that writer saying that we need less white men, or we've had enough, you know, whatever it was. But it's like, does that really mean that the story is gonna be terrible? Also, I kind of get it. Like, maybe they could have worded it in a better way, but I kind of get it. Like, for, you know, the stereotypical sort of I guess, attitude or focus for games like in like the beginning of games to like the early 2000s to only really recently, it has been very much like,
like
a white character and just the standard sort of male archetype. So
I was going to say like even the male gaze sort of thing. Which we're seeing with Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I get the sentiment. Like, yeah, like it is time, in my opinion. Like, it is a good thing to focus on more female characters, more characters from different backgrounds, because there is every walk of life is going to have a different story to tell, and I think you can tell. You can express your art in many ways that haven't been done before. So I always usually push back against, other the grifters online that are gonna say, oh well, they're just being woke. It's like, no, they're just telling a story that they want to tell. It doesn't always have to be just the same thing over and over. That's my opinion anyway.
This is gonna seem like really weird. Is there a scene in Baldur's Gate 3 where a man...
Oh, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Baldur's Gate, you say?
Is there a scene where a man fucks a bear?
Oh, okay. So, yes. What it is there is a character within Baldur's Gate 3 called Halsin. And Halsin is a druid, and druids within the world of the Forgotten Realms, which Baldur's Gate 3 is set, they can transform into different forms. So druids are connected with nature and everything to do with, again, nature, which obviously animals are a big part of that. So Halsin can transform into a bear. That's part of his character. I was a druid in my first playthrough. I could transform into like a cat, a wildebeest or something like that, and you get different abilities based on if you turn into them for certain parts of the gameplay. So if you romance Halsin, which I didn't do, I actually turned him down. He did want to fuck me, but I had a girlfriend in the game already. So I was with Shadowheart, and I was like, there's no way I'm turning my back on Shadowheart for him. He's a good friend, but we're not gonna take it any further. But if I did say, if for people that do romance Halsin, from what I've heard online, he will transform into a bear and you will fuck the bear.
Yes.
And that was my Baldur's Gate 3 segment of this episode.
Yeah,
Why'd you ask?
I was wondering when you were gonna wonder how I found out this information. I'm I'm looking on Twitter at this younger writer for Assassin's Creed Shadows. And let's just say, I think she fucked the bear.
Fair play. Respect.
I think she's fucked the bear.
Respect.
If I've got the right account here, she writes Japanese manga.
Oh, okay. Well, she's got an insight on Japanese storytelling.
I think that's where they've gotten it from.
Sounds decent.
I think I've
there's
got the right
experience
person here.
there then.
Yeah. Oh, what's it?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I think she's kind of had like a lot of hate by the looks of it, because she's really defending the game massively on Twitter.
I do feel sorry for her a bit, because the amount of shit she must be getting in like her DMs and stuff. Like you're just writing a game, you're just trying to. And it's unfortunate, because obviously if you're writing something, she's probably got this level of passion for what she's doing, so she feels like she should defend, this game against the grifters. And
if I was writing an Assassin's Creed game, I'm gonna defend it. Like I'm gonna be getting angry if people don't agree.
Yeah, it's a shame, because you will just get these absolute like man children that will just whine because she's a woman writing a game.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a woke girl and all this. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you're probably old enough to be her dad, so like, stop being a weirdo. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is a bit sort of. Unfortunately, it's very. God, what's the word? It's like prevalent at the moment.
It is. It's rife.
But it is a minority, you know. It's a small vocal minority online.
It is, but it's getting bigger, which is the unfortunate thing. Like, there's channels like this that have lots of subscribers, like many hundreds of thousands. That you know, look at bringing Blackwoods up again. Yes, he doesn't really have a solid audience. He just gets, you know, non-returning viewers coming in. But at the end of the day, he's still got a big platform in regards to the views he gets, the subscribers he has, and you know. Let's just say he's got some interesting things to say. So it's like, it's getting bigger, this sort of hate, I would say, in my opinion.
I just hope that this cloud sort of moves on to a different game.
Yeah, well, it's whatever's trending, you know. It's died down for Shadows now, because Shadows isn't as trending as much.
Yeah,
and then when the game comes
I have
out,
very little hope. Sorry, that was in a different context. I've just been reading.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Okay,
I've been on a mission trying to find the writers of this game.
Yeah.
I found it was Brooke. Do you remember Brooke?
Brooke, yeah,
that
Brooke.
was it. So I
girl
found
Brooke.
her. She's written absolutely nothing. She was a script editor on Odyssey, and now she is narrative director.
Okay, so if she was script editor, I'm not gonna put the shit story of Odyssey onto her, because she was probably given the script. Okay, we need you to edit this. It is what it is. She's like, you know,
how much am I allowed to cut out?
Yeah. However, it's obviously when she could be, like, they could have seen genuine potential in her when she was doing script editing, and they thought, oh, you know what?
Yeah,
This is pretty good. You should be doing something more than just script editing, because there's potential here. And if that's the case, fair enough. But of course, you see somebody's writing something with no prior experience of writing, as far as we know.
Yeah, I mean, that's just Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, like, obviously I understand that's going to lead into a bit of skepticism as of like, okay, is she going to understand Assassin's Creed as the philosophy of the series? Is she going to get that? I'm doubtful that anyone at Ubisoft gets it anymore, and that's nothing to do with their personal opinions. That's nothing to do with the cool stuff they've done before. That's just based on like the direction that Ubisoft as a whole will probably push the writers in. It's more like, we want this type of game, so we want you to write this type of story. There has to be some sort of lore expert or something, because from what I'm gathering, we've got somebody who's good at writing Japanese media and somebody who knows like how to edit an Assassin's Creed script, I guess. I don't know, like how like missions should be scripted is what I'm sort of getting from her. I guess like NPC dialogue script editing comes from that, doesn't it? But well, I mean, it probably comes down to all types of conversations, cutscenes, dialogue system stuff. Maybe she genuinely look. I'm not gonna.
I'm just looking for the voice, you know.
I won't put anything like past her. Do you know what I mean? Like, if she obviously she's been picked for this role because like not anyone's gonna be able to become the narrative writer of a massive AAA game. So obviously there's some level of experience there that at least Ubisoft believes. So look, you know, I'll judge when I play the game. You know, I'll judge when I see the story for myself.
Yeah, I've found a third person. Sorry, I just keep finding more people here. This guy is the narrative director at Ubisoft Quebec.
Oh, okay.
His name is Ryan Galetta. From what I gather, he is the main driving force here, and the only thing he's written that we know of is Batman Arkham Origins.
Oh, well, not a bad game.
No.
It is
quite old.
It is seen as one of the weaker stories in the series.
Yeah,
but
I thought
that's
it was
not to
pretty
say
good.
it's bad. Not to say it's bad in any by any means. It's just, you know, you've got these, some would say masterpieces like Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight.
Yeah, when compared to those.
Yeah, but again, by no means does that mean is it bad, and I think that's a good bit of experience right there.
Yeah. Oh god, I got no idea. Yeah, I don't know. I'm missing the narrative direction in Shadows here. Is basically what I was really taking the long way around on.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like we can say, oh, this is a Darby McDevitt script. We know, like, okay, it's somebody who respects the law and he's gonna, you know, at least follow through on sticking to the canon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody is like an AC veteran in this team. It seems like it is, and we saw as well from that, what was that group photo they did where it was all like people under 30. It's going to be a young team. It looks like it's sort of a fresh sort of start.
Yeah. I mean, I think, you know, I'm gonna always throw my hands up in the air and say I am an old head when it comes to Assassin's Creed. What I want in Assassin's Creed is pretty much gone, and I've come to terms with that now. You know, I think with in the, I guess, mindset of the people that really enjoy the newer games, I think they're probably going to be fine with Shadows.
Yeah.
I think a newer team is probably really a good thing for those types of players, because there's not going to be anyone hanging around that holds on to the older games. It's just going to be, right, we've got this new younger team. We're going to focus on this new RPG. Well, it's not new anymore, but, you know, this RPG style that sells us loads of games, you know, and then that'll be it. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking, like, I think Assassin's Creed needs something similar to what happened with Unity. I think it needs, like, trauma in order to, like, go back and think about what they've done.
I know what you mean, yeah.
But, like, also, I can't say that about Shadows, because our only alternatives here are, if it does badly, then we're getting Tencent, and that is going to be not even worth covering.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, it's going to be a downfall that'll be hilarious. But if it succeeds, then we're probably going to get more of the same.
Yeah,
in terms of like mainline games, anyway.
Well, I think you're right. I think if the game comes out and it is really not polished and stuff, and it is a Unity 2.0, I think you're right. I think they will reapproach the drawing board a little bit, you know, start it back at the beginning and revamp the format, I suppose. But all that's going to be is, okay, what's really popping now that we aren't doing? Let's copy that.
Yeah.
Which,
well, we're already seeing battle passes, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I have a quick question for you, actually, regarding this. I guess a similar vibe to this conversation.
Yes.
When it comes to like big open world games, would you say you're fatigued with them? Would you say that there's too many open world games, or are you very much still like, love open worlds?
I think I still love open worlds, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think there was a bit of a fatigue in, like, I want to say like 2015 when like that Mad Max game came out. It felt a bit like every game that was coming out was an open world, whereas I think we're in a cool like sort of era now where, you know, like Baldur's Gate, you know, is its own thing, and then we've got like PlayStation are doing their story focused games, and we're you know, like games like Helldivers, you know, we're getting like bits and pieces of everything, showing just like the variety of games that we can get. So that, and I do think that open world games haven't really found like a way of evolving in that sort of landscape, but I still like an open world game. I mean, look at something like GTA 6. That's going to be an open world game that'll be played for the next decade. It just depends on the execution, really. I think open world games do suffer from their scale, often compromises their quality.
Yes.
So there you go. You can make a short out of that.
Oh yeah, true.
I thought that was like a short question there.
It wasn't actually, just genuine, but I could do. But I think for me, I think I've personally felt a very much of a open world fatigue as of the last couple of years, like especially the very vast open world, like bigger is better type formula. I think a lot of companies in gaming at the moment, I think a lot of quality can get sacrificed for scale. let's have the next biggest game. Let's go on about how big the world is. Whereas
Yeah.
I
Nobody
think,
cares about the size anymore.
no, I never have. I think maybe when I was younger and I didn't quite grasp that bigger doesn't always mean better. But like for me, like all I'm looking for is just a start to finish story that just doesn't miss a beat throughout, like when it's ready to end, it should end. Don't keep it going. Don't draw it out across a big world for the sake of it, and if it means that the world should be massive because it works for that story, then I'm okay with that. I don't know, I just think I've been playing, obviously Baldur's Gate 3 aside, I've been playing a lot of smaller games more recently just to refresh myself, because like I've missed that and it doesn't get done enough anymore. Like a concise 10, 15 hour story sometimes does it for me. And you never get that as much anymore. I mean, there is the new Indiana Jones game, which I'm yet to really properly play, that I think it sounds like it is fairly big, but like, again, it's not like 100-hour story. It's
it's like the time it takes to finish it.
Yeah, and it's just like sometimes I feel like too many game companies are just making too big of a game to be that company that makes that big game, where it's like, at what point does it need to be reevaluated and rethought, I suppose.
Yeah, I think there's a place for like, it's nice to have like a comfort game, a game you can always go back to, whether it be like a multiplayer game that's like having seasonal content or something. That's always nice. But at the same time, you do just want to be like, right, for example, I'm gonna play God of War. When I finish it, that's it. I can now just move on to the next game. And it does have an open world. You can go back and do side quests and stuff. But I'm like, no, I'm done. That was great.
Is it semi-linear?
It's like the story is very much like linear, but you can go, like, it is an open world. You could stop if you wanted to, I guess.
Is it more like, though, semi-linear open world in the way of like, okay, you're in this sort of area of the world, now you'll be moving to this part and you'll be...
Yeah. It's like, as you go on, you complete puzzles to unlock the next area, and then that area, you've got to complete the story together. It's very... have you played, like, Jedi Fallen Order?
I was thinking of that. Yes, it's very similar to that.
Absolutely that game. It is exactly that game.
That's a great example, actually. Fallen Order and Survivor. They're great examples of like, especially Survivor, which was more open-ended with that.
I need to play that one. I only played the first one.
Oh, Survivor, in my opinion, is better. So good.
But I like that because it's a single player game where I feel like I could still go back to it. Like New Game Plus, I think is fantastic. I don't think New Game Plus suits Assassin's Creed's format at all. But in shorter, more concise games, I mean, like Mirage, I think does suit a New Game Plus, I guess. But I like New Game Plus for being like, that's the replay value, not the massive open world.
Yeah, exactly. It's like what they want with the massive open worlds at the moment. Not just Ubisoft, a lot of companies, they want, let's find replay value in the fact that it takes ages to do everything. Keep coming back to the game to find all the little hidden things. Whereas, I am almost repeating things I've heard other people say just because I've agreed with it so much with like other things I've heard online. So, but I do think like, I'm gonna say it again. The world of Baldur's Gate 3 is a yes, it's a massive game. It's a massive game, but the reason I started a second playthrough wasn't just for like a New Game Plus. They don't have a New Game Plus, but it wasn't just for a New Game Plus type approach to find all the hidden things. It was okay. I finished this story. How can I reapproach it, do different things, find out what I missed, find out what happens next, and then you access different parts of the game you didn't see before. And it's very much it's very much like you're getting a different experience each time.
That's it. It's more of what you like in a different way, whereas like an open world game, it's usually just the same side activities until you're numb to them.
Yeah, like I played Baldur's Gate 3 for 157 hours for my first playthrough because that was how long the sort of game was just naturally. And again, it didn't miss a beat throughout that entire playthrough. Whereas the reason I played, almost 100 hours in Valhalla was because I had to run in a straight line on my horse for like 20,000 meters before I'd unlocked all the fast travel synchronization points. I had to do a ton of raids that were the same every time. I had to do the Chaelbert saga with that. Oh my god.
I don't even remember half. I did not know his name.
Exactly. You don't remember because
I don't know anyone's name. I know Ivar the Red because that had a cool
I hated
boss
that
fight.
guy, man. I hate that guy.
I don't. If you asked me to name 10 characters from Valhalla, I could not do it.
Yeah, same actually.
Could not do it. I could name the main characters, but nowhere. I can't even remember what Sigurd's wife's called. I can't actually remember her name.
Randvi.
Is it? Okay,
yes,
cool.
because the wind calls me the wind calls me back to Randvi at the end of each arc. Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
He says another thing complete, and the wind calls me back to Randvi or something.
I remember. When you start the affair or something, and every time you go back, it's like kiss her, check the alliance map. I'm like, I'm not gonna kiss her. It'll take too long. I need to get to the fucking end of this thing.
Also, I always thought that was so pointless because there was no repercussions for
it leads to nothing.
Fucking your brother's wife, nothing happens. I thought he's gonna find out. There's gonna be this tension. It's gonna my choices are going to matter, but no.
He does find out, doesn't he? But he just sort of says, "I'm gonna go now," or something. He's like, either we're nice or not.
Is it when he gets mentally a bit fucked up after he loses his leg?
I think it's right at the end. I think it's right at the end when they're talking after Basim goes in the machine.
Yeah,
they're talking at the end, and that's where you get the good ending or the bad ending.
Yeah, it's make your choices matter. If you're gonna do choices, again, somebody commented on our podcast today, I think, from our last episode, and he made a valid point. He said regarding the whole discussion about my video, the canon mode video, that people had a lot of pushback on. He said, although I actually understand your point and I think it makes sense, and I'm paraphrasing what he said because I don't remember off the top of my head, but he basically said, as much as I respect your point, I think more of what people were saying was that they don't think choices should be a thing in Assassin's Creed altogether. So having a canon mode get rid of the meaningfulness in choices, it's fine, it doesn't matter because nobody wants those choices in the first place.
Oh, wow.
I mean, so it's like, again,
I get
that. I do agree with that. I agree with that. Get rid of the choices in this Assassin's Creed game. Yeah. Obviously, I still think, though, if you're going to do something, do it properly. So if you're going to have choices in a game, make them matter or don't have them at all. I'm still going to stand on that. Don't do a half-assed job. But.
Are you going to be playing normally, without canon mode on?
No, because I know the choices won't matter. So
I was going to say, I'm playing with canon mode. I decided that as soon as they announced it.
So if I was going to do a big deep dive critique on an analysis review on Shadows, then I would do it. I would try and play with both to see to properly talk about it and say if it does make sense to have them or not. But because I really, really, really don't want to do that, and I'm just going to do first impressions, I'm going to do a mini review that's more chill. Yeah. I'll just play in canon mode.
I don't think Assassin's Creed should have choices. If it's written well, it shouldn't need them.
I think, I made a video right when I started my channel called this is how my perfect RPG for Assassin's Creed. If it's going to be, I don't think it should be an RPG, but if it is, here's how I do it. I did a video like that a while, 2 years ago, and I think that Assassin's Creed as a conceptual idea, I think you could probably play around with it in different mediums, and I think maybe a choice-based RPG, there could be something you could do there, but I just think, because they're still holding on to, parts of the old format of it, and the way they present the games, I don't think choice works. Clearly it doesn't, because they don't give any repercussions for the choices you make.
Yeah, that's objectively true.
Yeah.
Aside from who you kill throughout. I don't even know Randvi's purpose in the story. She looks like Cassandra, And they even make
Yeah.
a joke that she looks like Cassandra when you meet Cassandra.
Yeah, yeah. Doesn't he go Ranvi?
Yeah, he thinks she's Ranvi. And I'm like, what? Like, does that not say something about how distinct your characters are? That they're mistaking each other? Oh, it's Valhalla. Valhalla's like this massive 16-hour video essay mess that I will never make.
Oh, you should do it.
I'd love to do a proper like critique of one of the games, but it's gonna have to be one of the new ones, isn't it? 'Cause
Yeah.
otherwise nobody's gonna watch it,
That's the thing.
and it's not gonna be like it's gonna be overdone to death as well, like the older games.
Yeah. Are you gonna like? What's your plan when Shadow comes out? Are you gonna do like a big review video for it?
I would like to. I would like
Yeah.
to do at least an hour plus.
Okay. Here's my
You know.
advice. Here's my
Yeah.
advice. I learnt this the hard way with Mirage.
Oh god.
If you get the game, if you don't get the game before release, you get the game on the release date, and then it takes you like a month to make this video, let's say, or just over, because it's a big video.
Okay.
If you release it a month after the game comes out, it's gonna get really bad views, because that's what happened with me. I spent I didn't rush the Mirage video. I made it perfect. It took me like about a month and a half. Video comes out in like late November. Nobody cares, and it takes like 3 months to get 1,000 views. It was really bad.
Really?
Yeah. It's at like 7K views now, so like in the end it did get a bit, but like it did so bad just because it was not trending anymore. It was over. People had moved on to the next game. And like obviously there's this weird on the internet, there's this like little transitional period. So like the game will come out, it'll be trending, people move on, it drops off. 6 months later, the 6 months later videos drop, and they bang. Like my 5 months later video for Mirage is like my most popular video. It's got like 200k views.
Oh.
And it's like a 5-minute video where I briefly talk about the updates they added. Whereas like if I dropped my Mirage critique 6 months after, I think it would have banged. I think that would be the video with 100k views, to be honest.
Yeah, I think I get that, because like if I released the video a month after it came out, I'd just feel like I hadn't done enough research, or like I hadn't covered everything, because that seems way too soon.
For as big
be,
as
like,
the game will be to play, yeah.
Yeah,
And
to like
so,
definitively review it. Like, it's no.
So like if obviously, you know, this is just my opinion, so take it as you will. You know, if you want to take my advice, here it is. I give it freely as a friend. As a friend, you can have it. So like if you do, in my opinion, plan on making a well thought out deep dive video into this game, you know, there's either do one that you can get out while it's trending within the first month, or if you can't do that, I would say spend a good few months perfecting it, and then when that 6 months later mark comes out, you know, title it Assassin's Creed so 6 months later, because I wonder if otherwise you might run into the same problem I did, where, you know, you release it at an awkward time where it's not trending anymore, people have moved on to the next new game, and then it just doesn't get the eyes on it that it deserves to get, you know?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think I'll probably do like maybe a half an hour long like launch review or something.
Yeah.
Maybe like a few weeks after it comes out, just to give like, because I'm gonna do first impressions definitely like the week it comes out.
Yeah.
And then whatever the game entails, like I'll probably talk about them. I'd love to do like a narrative critique. I think that's probably the form that my video would take. Yeah, because I don't think I would have the like knowledge to cover the entire game. I would love to just cover the story, but make it really in depth.
Yeah, work to your strengths, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, but then that kind of helps me, because it means later down the line I could do a video talking about the gameplay and then compile it into a 4-hour critique or something, where I spend like an hour talking about the story, an hour talking about that, and you know.
To be fair, that's a shout. Yeah.
I think in terms of I'm not going to be. I kind of want to like what's the point in doing like a retrospective when it's still in the zeitgeist, and also all of the content isn't going to be out. I would want to cover everything like once the game has died.
That's true. I think that's when the sort of 6 months later, the 1 year later type videos
can
sometimes be more in depth and a little bit more helpful. because again, you can cover the post-launch content as well, and yeah.
Yeah, and then also we're gonna have like new Assassin's Creed announcements. I think probably like immediately after Shadows, so it's gonna be busy either way. Like we don't need to rush out a Shadows video. That's gonna slap the later it comes out.
For sure. You know, I think when I don't think I will do like a big 1 hour video on Shadows. Just 'cause
really?
I don't have the drive in me to do it. You know, I if I love the game or I think I've got so much to say, then yeah, maybe I will. But
yeah, I was gonna say you need to play it, of course.
I think I'll play it, and I really just think yeah, you know, it is what it is. It's nothing special. Like I like again a bit like Mirage. Like with Mirage. If it's another repeat of like how I felt with Mirage, I'm not making a video on it. I don't have the energy, the power in me to do it. I don't want to. But like obviously we'll see what happens. But I think I'll do like you said, like do like a sort of 20-25 minute sort of first impressions and like maybe like a mini critique of what I've learned so far. Yeah. But then I think I'll probably just I'll just stick to the rest of my opinions for the podcast. Like I'm sure we're gonna do like a
god, yeah. I mean, a lot of our initial thoughts are gonna come out in the podcast, aren't they? That's gonna be a long one. I feel like we need to like set a weekend, like not a weekend, but I mean like it needs to be on a weekend because it might be a bit of a longer one.
Yeah,
maybe we could live stream that one. Ooh, that would be an interesting idea.
Yeah, you say that though, but like I feel like a video like that needs like we need to overlay footage of what we're talking about.
True,
you know what I mean?
True.
Yeah, but maybe we could do like a post, like
maybe
like a sort of the next week or whatever we say. Okay, well we've done this like scripted structure, not scripted.
Yeah, like afterwards we do a follow up.
We've done a little spoiler casting, whatever you want to call it, review on the pod, and then like the next Saturday or whatever day, Monday, whenever it is, we do a live stream where we have a more laid back discussion about it live, maybe.
Yeah, like not like a response, but like an after show esque sort of thing.
Yeah, like we respond to the comments, we talk maybe in a more conversational manner with the viewers. See what they thought about it, sort of talk about that. Yeah.
I like the idea that beforehand we're going to script a 2-hour podcast.
Yeah, can you imagine? Like,
right,
word for word.
So you have to say this now, and then we're getting the timings messed up and stuff.
Yeah. We just asked ChatGPT, script us a 2-hour podcast where word for word about Assassin's Creed Shadows.
God, it actually would as well. I think that's going to be a big video. Big. Like, Shadows, my plan is to kick my arse into gear and make stuff.
Yeah.
Cover as much as possible. Because I don't know about you, but I've noticed the revenue is down massively this month. Every day I go on my YouTube studio and it's just like gone down, and I'm like, whoa, I'm not even doing anything wrong here. I've got the same views.
It's just the ads, isn't it? Like all the Christmas sponsors, everyone pulls out in January. It's just the way it goes. It's always been the case. Yeah, my I don't know what it is like off the top of my head, but yeah, it's like a chunk. It's still okay, but it's not like good.
Well, I can tell you, mine is like halved.
Is it?
It's straight up halved, yeah.
I think.
And I'm like, do I need to make something?
Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? I'm hoping that's why I was looking for. Part of the reason I was looking forward to Shadows come out in February is like we're gonna get some good ad revenue that month because the game comes out. Yeah. But now we've been pushed back another month. It's like, oh no, we got shit revenue in February as well now.
It's funny. I was gonna say this off camera, but I'll say it now. I was talking to my mate the other day. We went to Burger King, which was very nice. And it's funny. I was saying like, oh, I'm actually quite happy with this delay. And I was like, because if the game came out in November, all the views would have died off by now.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the game like keeps getting delayed and stuff. It's like, oh, we can keep the hype going, keep making videos about it.
Yeah. That is one part.
Prolongs our channels just that little bit longer before Ubisoft closed down and we all fall off.
Yeah. That being said, though, I just feel like I do think if we cover Shadows a decent amount, like even the videos we've already made about Assassin's Creed, like the evergreen stuff, I think
that
stuff's gonna pop off more than it has before because Assassin's Creed as a keyword is gonna be trending. So everything with Assassin's Creed in it, we're gonna start doing well with.
Oh yeah, that's why I want to get the outfits video, like at least the Origins one done.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh god, there's no way I'm gonna get Odysseys done as well. I'll just focus on Origins. I can't believe I'm doing all of them.
Yeah, I know, it's gotta be a big undertaking.
Wait till I get to these RPG games, I'm going to be just hating on every single one of them.
It will be worth it, though, because if you get them out before Shadows, they're gonna do if they're evergreen videos, like they're gonna do really well when Assassin's Creed Shadows is
I'm looking forward to, I'm going to do the compilation video, just reviewing every outfit in Assassin's Creed. It's already like over 6 hours or something if you compile all my videos.
Oh, you're going to do that? You're going to put them together?
Yeah, but I'm just going to do the reviewing part, and then I might do a separate unhinged live stream where I review rank every single outfit.
Oh wow.
Because I can't rank every outfit separately just by taking clips from the videos. So I'd have to I can do the review part, but then I rank them at the end.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to have to do like a live stream, I think, where I'm going to rank every outfit. But I'm definitely putting all the reviews into one compiled video.
Oh yeah,
that'll slap. Yeah. That's gonna be like 4 hours, and it'll just be called like, Assassin's Creed thing to fall asleep to.
Yeah, an Assassin's Creed sleep story. You can you can re-narrate them, but whisper and like be very gentle.
Oh yeah.
Hello, my friend.
Get an AI to redo it.
Yeah, be like, welcome to your sleep story. Today,
4 hours of this nutter.
Yeah, you can sleep while I explain the outfits.
Yeah. So Altair is cloth physics.
Yeah. Bro, I would low-key listen to... Well, maybe not your voice, because I know you, but I would listen to somebody do that for a sleep story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I could get so many videos out of that. I could do a video where I just take every version of Ezio's outfit in the games, just make that into a video.
Yeah.
Oh, man, the recycling is going to be crazy.
Yeah. I listen to this guy that does sleep stories called Stephen Dalton on YouTube.
Oh.
He's so
Shout
soothing.
out to Stephen Dalton.
He's an Irish storyteller. That's what he calls himself. I'm an Irish storyteller. He goes, hello, my friend. Welcome to your sleep story.
I make my own luck.
Yeah. I should ask him to do a Shay sort of reenactment.
Yeah. Do a Shay X Hatham fanfiction.
Yeah. Have you ever heard the story of Hatham and Shay?
I'm going to have to listen to him so I get it.
Imagine them in bed with you now as you go to sleep tonight.
Just swaying gently on the Morrigan.
Yeah. Shay's lips caress. No. What? Well, I don't know. That's the fan fiction, isn't it? That's
I make my own luck.
Liam. Yeah. You are Liam. Sound asleep.
Dead God. On an iceberg.
Yeah. You feel his hidden blade extending.
Oh, so I see this is your short for the episode then.
Yeah, this is the one. Yeah.
You can do a full narration.
Yeah, my sleep story short. You just play it on loop
Share
all
sleepy
night.
time. Yeah.
You could call it that. Sounds a bit sus, but
yeah.
Anyway, should we wrap this one up?
Yeah. The only thing is, we have got impending previews of AC Shadows.
What do you mean?
People are getting the game
already
on the 16th.
Oh, for real? Is it the 16th?
Yeah. The previews are on the 16th, and then they're allowed to talk about it on the 23rd.
Oh, I wish that was us.
Yeah, I wish that was us too.
They might be giving us our yacht trips, but they're not giving us Shadows.
I know. I feel like they're trying to literally steer us away from it. Hey,
that doesn't float my boat. Oh God.
Don't have a good follow up to that.
So
people are going to be getting the game. So possibly when
getting
is the 23rd? That's like maybe 10 days away. So in 10 days we will see gameplay of Shadows from real people and their thoughts on it.
To be all over that.
Oh, he will. Yeah. He'll be posting his Andrew Tate content.
Yeah, he'll say, oh God, yeah.
What are the chances? We'll predict it now. What are the chances that he gets a review code or a preview?
I don't know. I think he'll say he will, because when he said, I remember this fairly vividly, but I don't remember it word for word. But I remember when Mirage got announced, he was like, "Yeah, I was there. We did like they did like a behind the scenes showing of the game. This was like before. This was like, and what ended up being like almost a year before we ended up seeing any gameplay. He's like, it looks really vibrant, like Origins. We got to see a bit of Baghdad, and I'm thinking, are you bullshitting me? Because nobody else has talked about this. No, there was no information that anyone got a press, viewing, behind the scenes viewing. So I don't know whether he did or whether he was just legit lying.
I reckon if you asked me to, I could really convincingly bullshit like a preview of Shadows.
You could be like so
really
guys.
Easily.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously no.
I thought
point
the World
in
of
it,
Japan
but-
was pretty good. I mean, it's pretty much what we just say on the podcast. We just have to say it in a positive tone.
Just make your voice a bit upbeat. Like imagine if I do my shorts voice. I got 10 hours previewed. Here's what I thought.
Oh my god.
But obviously,
I thought the cities were very good.
Yeah. Yeah, God.
Keep it vague enough that like nobody can actually call you out on it.
Yeah. Do you know, I'm not going to do this because it is very disingenuous, but I had a thought the other day, like, just to stay ahead of schedule, what if I just recorded a video where I talk about the game and what I thought about it in such a generic way that it could be passed off, and then I'll just, when the game comes out, I'll get gameplay, chuck it up, post it on day one.
Oh wow!
I'm not going to do that because that's like, that's some scumbag behavior. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, I can't remember who it was. There was
Blackwood's would do it.
You know, have you heard of Red Letter Media?
I don't think so.
No? Oh man. Well, very, very iconic YouTubers. Basically the people who created the video essay.
Oh, for real?
But like they take the piss. They're just drunkards. They'd probably appreciate that description. They did I can't remember what film it was, but before the film came out, they released a video which was just a black screen with them predicting what was going to be in the movie. And then when the film came out, they just played the clips over the same audio and they were right on everything.
Really? Oh my god.
Yeah, it was the exact same audio, just with the clips from the film inserted, and it was correct entirely, and it was like, that was hilarious. I think it was a Star Wars film or something like that.
Oh, probably like the last
like one of the
Jedi or something.
sequels, yeah. But they do it all like very sarcastically, like it's not meant to really.
No, I
insulting.
get that. Yeah.
But we could do that for Shadows. We could just do a full critique now.
Yeah.
And then when the game comes out.
I don't like how Naue and Yasuke don't really have that much dialogue, and if you
oh no, that's gonna be
if you choose to play as Naue for the whole game, you don't even barely see Yasuke, so it defeats the whole point of the narrative.
I thought the scene where Yasuke joins the assassins at the end was a bit forced, considering his lack of character development throughout.
Yeah, but if I played as Yasuke, it would have made sense.
Oh, maybe. I mean, when that Templar got that piece of Eden at the end, and they went in the temple, and
yeah, when Ezio made his cameo.
Oh, they would do it.
When Ezio snapped his fingers and then creeded all over the place. He says it's Creedin time.
It's Creedin time.
Yeah.
It sounds like Craven the Hunter. Like it's Craven time.
Yeah. It's Morbin time, and he
Creed $1 billion.
Yeah. When he told me to remember to buy my Helix credits, when Roger Craig Smith voiced the in-game tutorial in the Animus store, I creeded all over the place.
Desmond comes back, and I am the Animus.
Yeah. When Desmond walked into shot and he looked dead in the camera and he said, "I guess it's bad weather."
Oh, I was just gonna say, what's the name of that nightclub?
I love that joke.
No.
I guess it's time for some bad weather. And then What I've Done by Linkin Park kicks in.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
that's Shadow's ending. The reader comes on screen. He morbs all over the place. and then Linkin Park kicks in, and the credits come up.
You know, you might as well just rename this episode to "We Know the Ending of Assassin's Creed Shadows."
Yeah. Prediction.
We've seen it.
100% confirmed.
Optional objectives complete.
Yeah, I was in a screening room with Blackwoods. Who else? Mr. Boss for the win.
Joe Raptor.
Yeah,
It's
although
gotta be Joe
your
Raptor.
Raptor's more, you know, he's not gonna lie about shit. You know, I'm not gonna rope him in with.
Oh
Blackwoods.
no. What people who would lie?
People who are known for that sort of behavior. Yeah.
Probably that Willis Makes Movies fella. He's,
That fucking guy, man.
yeah,
That
say some really
exile.
controversial things.
Yeah, he wore a suit one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Start saying that. What did I say? That Japan didn't want Ubisoft to do their presentation. I think that's what I
something
said
like
in the
that.
video.
I can't remember.
I think Japan stopped them from doing it.
Did you actually say that?
Yeah, I think I did.
Oh, oh yeah, you were going on some conspiracy theory shit.
Yeah, I went a little
remember.
bit crazy. I remember the hidden one
Yeah.
DMing me and going, like, bro, just stop. You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, I almost commented. Did I comment? I think
you did, yeah.
I tried not to like. I didn't want to like be. I was trying to make a joke, so like, you know, it wasn't.
Yeah, I think it was
I can't
just
remember what I said. But
I think it was just an innocent joke.
yeah, I wouldn't have said anything else.
Let me
Yeah.
have a look. So yes, we're getting previews. And those previews will show us the game.
And we will have to get our asses in gear again and make videos on them and talk about them on
Yes.
the Podyssey.
Oh, I can't see any comments on that video, actually.
Oh, maybe I didn't.
So-
Maybe I didn't. Yeah.
But anyway,
Anyway,
this has been a very long Podyssey. And I don't
it's been one of
actually-
those.
I don't
Yeah.
think there's anything I can cut out either. I think it's just been gold from start to finish.
Yeah. It's been I guess next episode then. Do you wanna? Yeah, should we do the Mirage 1 year later?
Yeah,
Obviously,
yes.
unless we get more news, then we might want to do that. But
Yeah, I'm just thinking I think these previews, when is the 23rd? Is that like next Wednesday? So we could get one episode, we could do a big sort of Mirage deep dive.
and then like get it ready for another time.
No, that could be like the next episode, and then the episode
yeah,
after
yeah.
we could talk about the previews. I think that's how the
yeah,
timing would
that's-
line up.
That's perfect. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, because the previews aren't in the next week. They'll be like a little bit over, unless like some footage gets leaked in between. We could maybe bring that up at the beginning, but
Yeah. Oh, do you know what? I'm actually excited. I'm gonna properly structure my thoughts. I'm gonna get it all
Ooh.
ready.
Okay.
Well, I guess we'll message in between like what we want to do with the plan for it. But that's exciting.
Yeah.
I'm ready to talk about Mirage
Okay.
in depth again in a way that doesn't require me to edit like a month's worth.
yeah.
stuff,
Let's go
you know?
in on it.
Oh, also, I did originally start scripting my 1 year later video. So if it fits, maybe that could be
Ooh.
our intro. Like maybe I could just read it out on the pod
Yeah.
to you.
Maybe
and
just
you could.
repurpose a bit of it.
Yeah, I could do. To be fair, we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll figure it out. That's gonna be fun. I think that'll do well over time in views as well. So
Yeah, definitely. I've got my New Game Plus playthrough to finish, so that would be a good. Yeah, I'll try and finish my New Game Plus.
record some gameplay so we can overlay it as well.
Oh yes. Let me get at least 2 hours of it, maybe more of gameplay.
Yeah. Cool. All right, that'd be fun.
Excellent. Well, I guess that will call it for this episode
Well, yes, it will.
of the Podyssey. So thank you everyone for watching.
Episode 11. We've made it past
Episode
the 10 episode
11.
curse.
We beat the curse.
Yeah,
we beat
gotta
it.
make it to 20 now.
Oh god.
By the time Mirage
Episode 25.
when Shadows comes out, we'll be at episode like 70 or something.
Oh yeah.
It keeps getting
Leave your
delayed.
predictions down below.
Delayed again.
What number episode will we be on when Shadows
Yeah.
comes out?
Episode 69. Shadows was delayed again.
Oh man, we made Assassin's Creed Shadows because Ubisoft wouldn't.
Yeah, we asked ChatGPT to make us Assassin's Creed Shadows.
From scratch.
yeah.
Goodness. Right. Okay. Well,
Right.
yeah. Like, subscribe to us and the Podyssey. We will see you next time.
This is a Podyssey. No, I forgot the words. I will not soon forget. Sorry, I forgot how it went.
You did forget it though.